Hello, welcome back to the the Starlight Observatory. My name is Trip Starlight, and we're here for the Star Slug Manga Club second session, second talk, I guess.
So too.
Yeah, part two. I'm excited to talk about the next 50 chapters, 50 right, 50 chapters
Yeah.
of
Indeed.
One Piece today. I'm here with my friends Realm and Dr. Toto Hex. I'm gonna let you to introduce yourself if you'd like to, or I can if you don't want me to. If you don't want to.
It's all good. My name is Realm. I am a Starbase YouTuber and professor, and hopeful pessimist about the whole One Piece series. So, thank you for having me.
Yay!
And I'm Dr. Heather Hex, the smartest science turtle, and your Ocean Oni-chan. I'm the resident One Piece expert in these waters.
Definitely. Yeah, before you joined our chat, Toto, Realm and I were talking about how Realm is like the pessimist towards One Piece, and I'm like a child reading One Piece for the first time is what it feels like. But
Good balance.
You guys enjoyed the recent chapters.
I did. I thought, I think, as an overview, I think Arlong Park started kind of slow for me, but then once it picks up, I was happy the whole way through. And then the second half of Baratie, yeah, that's what it's called. Baratie was not slow, but it was more fighting than I personally wanted, but that was okay because it all had purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't go in order, but those are my overarching feelings.
And then we did cover Loguetown as well.
Oh yeah, Loguetown. Sorry, I'm like going all over the place.
No, it's fine, it's fine. But no, like everyone forgets Loguetown, but it just kind of happens.
It's there, yeah.
It sure is. It sure is there.
It was a lot of information, it felt like. But I don't think it was a bad thing. It was an exciting end to the East Blue Saga.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was an exciting end, for sure.
Yeah, so congratulations for finishing the prologue.
Yay!
Yay!
Woot a woot. I saw that and I was just like, oh man. You wouldn't even think it was just a prologue if it was your first time reading it.
Yeah, it almost feels like it could have been like a full shonen series, honestly, 100 chapters. But no, this is the prologue.
Oh, good night, Lunar. You go to sleep.
Buckle in,
yeah.
boys. Going for a ride.
But thanks for joining even if just for a bit. But yeah, it is a prologue, which is funny because I think I'm used to playing like long JRPGs and stuff, but not reading manga, so that was a little surprising.
Long J books.
Long J books. But either way, I think it's good because I guess it's a good end because what Oda, I think in like the Q&A referred to them as the core 5 or the main 5 characters. I know there's more members of the Straw Hat crew, but this is who we have for now.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's that way for a little while, but I don't know. Reading this did make me remember, I think that, or realize, I suppose, that whatever the original dub, the original 4Kids dub, that I watched, like, skipped around episodes and stuff a lot, so there's certain parts I totally remember watching, and other parts that I know I've never seen before. Like, most of Arlong Park, I don't have any memory of.
Yeah, they cut a lot of that out.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of blood.
Violence, right? Yeah.
And a lot of, like, boobas and the ladies.
Yeah.
Honestly, it wasn't that much boobas, but it was too much for kids.
Too much for 4Kids, definitely.
I was looking it up a little bit today. I didn't find much, but I was thinking like, why don't I remember much of this? Like I don't remember Arlong Park reminded me of like phone tag. Like if you're in an office and you kind of call somebody back and forth, like obviously we'll talk about it later, but like Zoro was one place and then he went to the other place.
Yeah.
I know it's just like this character, but they go back and forth, and then Luffy finally finds him, and then what's it called? Usopp does his thing and he goes around, and I'm like, oh my god!
It like takes a little bit for them to go where he kind of wants them to be set up for the plot.
Yeah. Yeah, they run around for a while.
Yeah, they run around for a little bit, back and forth. But
Yeah, they
you're
sure
right.
do.
Once it like picks up though, I don't think it's
Yeah.
far. Like after the flashback, I think he like
Yeah.
realized what he wanted to do.
Yeah, pretty much once the flashback starts, then everything is exciting.
Exactly, it all clicked, and then
but you're
everybody
right. Before that,
converged.
everyone's playing phone tag. They're just running around the island, not meeting up with each other.
Yeah. I did like. Okay, well,
we could start with the second half of Baratie
first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we left off on Baratie like right after, like Zoro challenges Mihawk.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, and then together we read their fight, Zoro and Mihawk's fight, which I did think was cool. It was like so cool. Zoro's so manly. Wow.
And then like Mihawk's like, I don't hunt like a rabbit with my biggest sword.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he pulls out a little butter knife.
He's just a little baby knife.
Yeah.
It's silly.
He still beats him.
Yes.
But Mihawk doesn't kill Zoro because they like came to a mutual understanding, I guess.
I think it's more like just like Mihawk realized he had some respect for Zoro as a swordsman, because Zoro was basically like, yeah, fine, go ahead and kill me. Like I would rather die than give up on my dream.
Yeah. That makes sense.
He has to resolve.
With the booming voicing and awesome sound effects, Zoro had triumphantly lost to Mihawk, but he vowed never to lose ever again. So setting himself up to be just that much more badass.
Yeah, that's true.
I also like that the scars he get from Mihawk like affect his fight later on.
Yeah,
like, all of this like battle damage he took, like it's still like the scar is still there. And even up in modern day, you still see this like gigantic stitched scar across his chest where he got slashed at one time.
True.
Yeah, that's
cool.
That's a good point. I for some reason, well, not for some reason, I like continuity, but I sort of look for that subconsciously in other stories that I read. Like I want to look for like plot holes. I'd rather them not pop up, but like if I could have seen something that happened, or like if somebody actually follows up in a story, and you actually like get to hear like the whole roundabout of it, like I appreciate that. Maybe the quality of things I've read have gone down, but those are like further and further apart. So maybe One Piece was good for that.
Well, one thing I will say is don't get used to people missing teeth, because apparently in the One Piece world you can regrow teeth by drinking enough milk.
Sick.
Oh.
So if people get their like, teeth punched out, like don't count on them missing teeth later on.
The milk is super milk.
Yeah, just super milky, just regrow.
Wow. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, that's one thing you shouldn't count on. But like other scars and stuff.
Yeah, other scars. Things that
like Luffy still has that scar under his eye where he stabbed himself in like episode 1 or
yeah.
He's just like, I'm a tough pirate. Yeah, ow my eye.
It's true. I guess if I'm remembering correctly, after Zoro fights Mihawk and then they're done with the fight, like he loses, he goes with Usopp and the bro dudes is what I have written because I can never remember their name.
Yeah,
to go find Nami.
And Yosaku, but they're not that important.
Yeah, Johnny
they
and
really
Yosaku.
Don't do anything.
I think I wrote one of their in my notes as broske.
Yeah, they're bros. They're just the bro dudes. You're right.
Broske.
No, bro. Yeah, they I think all I know about them is that they were bounty hunters, and they just happened to stumble upon these guys, and so the boys went to.
They're loyal, so that's cool.
So, yes. Well, no, they were bounty hunters with Zoro at some point. They worked together with Zoro.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they're like his bros, and that's why they call him like brother.
Yeah.
Brother.
But no, they call people like brother and sister, and they're just like bros. They suck at fighting. They don't do anything.
Bro mercenaries.
Yeah.
growth
Yeah,
experience.
and the bro
Yeah.
dudes.
They went after Nami because while the fight was happening, she escaped with the is it the Mary Golden? Is that the name
The
of the ship?
The
merry-go, yeah.
merry-go, yeah, or the
Merry-go.
going merry.
Going
Yeah.
Mary, okay. She
Either
escaped and
pronunciations.
just dumped them, so they said, "Oh, let's go after her." And
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah,
then
and even in that chapter, I don't know if you guys noticed, because she was like, she said something like, "I'm coming, Belmare."
Yeah, she did say that.
Yeah, but
I
you're
did
like,
not
I don't
notice
know who
that.
that is
Yeah, I was
until
like,
later.
who's that?
Yeah.
But now I
The bell
know.
rang in my head. It's all coming together.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's true. But Luffy stays behind to help Sanji fight, or to keep the Baratie together. I think he mostly is just fighting because he's like supposed to, because he's like the chore boy right now.
Yeah,
But
and he's like, I don't want to do chores. I'd rather just like beat up these pirates and then I
Yeah.
can leave, right?
yeah, and then I
That's
can leave,
unfair.
right?
And then tall hat peg leg Gordon Ramsay is like, sure, man.
Sure, if you can kill him, then you can
Exactly.
then you can leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry about the damages. Ensues to make more damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not of
Yeah,
his own volition, though.
I think at that point when the Iron Wall Pearl dude came out, I was like, oh my god, can we get rid of him immediately? I hate him.
He sucks. No one remembers this fight with Iron Wall Pearl because it's so non-consequential.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
like, I think this was the first battle, like the whole battle with like Sanji fighting Iron Wall, and then Sanji's backstory, Sanji beating Iron Wall, I guess. And then everything else that happened, it felt a lot more serious than at any other point in the story so far. And even like the Arlong Park didn't feel quite so serious. To me. But at the same time, I don't know. It was good. Like the whole battle was seeing Sanji get beat up but not giving up, which was cool to see his perseverance. Luffy also didn't give up fighting Don Krieg, and I think, I don't know, Realm, what did you think of Sanji's backstory? I was like, oh god, the whole time.
Honestly, I think it was quite like inconsequential. I really didn't think it was like too crazy.
Well, I
I
guess
sort of
Sanji himself, for him, I guess he survived, but I think for the Gordon Ramsay, it was intense.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. The Gordon Ramsay I thought was like really stealing the show.
Yeah.
Where it's supposed to be all Sanji.
Yeah.
I think one thing for Sanji that he kind of took away from it, though, is kind of like the not physical baggage, but the emotional baggage, in that he still served like the one pirate dude food, not because he was a good person, but because he was like, yeah, no one deserves to go through that like same starvation that I felt.
Yeah, no
And
one
also
deserves to
like
starve.
why he was so tied down to Baratie and didn't want to leave was like, I owe such a debt to this man.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, I don't know, it's like, I think you're right, like, sure, he suffered a lot, and that's gotta be really traumatic for, what, a 10-year-old to deal with, or however old he was? But I think what you said is more just he'll never let anyone starve because he really, really knows how that feels and doesn't want anyone else to feel that way.
Yeah.
Which is how we should process our trauma. So at least he got over that. I'm not sure about Sanji's personality, but I like his fighting style. I like kicky characters. So, I like how he fights. Even if... Okay, why'd you write that right as I did it? How weird. The leg, though, hates sluggies.
That leg
14
goes.
months, wow. Thanks for being a slugling for 14 months, that's crazy.
Wow.
I didn't realize I've been streaming for that
You
long.
are a baller.
Can't remember what I was going to say.
Something about Kiki, Sanji.
Oh yeah, he's
personality.
kicking, and I like, not I like, but I thought that, Jin, that random dude, deciding he couldn't kill Sanji because this dude literally saved our lives. Why are you trying to kill him, bro?
Yeah.
Was like, that's good. I'm glad that he came to his senses.
Full rhetoric, full conversation, and Krieg's like, yeah, well, that means you're betraying me, so I'm just gonna kill you anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Don Krieg's kind of a big dick.
Yeah,
But he's like I don't know. Don Krieg is not like my favorite villain. He's kind of just like pretty one note. He's like, I'm a big tough man. I got all these weapons.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that might have been why he was a very one-note villain, that I didn't really enjoy the fight, because it just felt like Luffy just had to keep going at him, just whittle him down.
Yeah, and fucking what was up with Pearl's like fire attack? Why did he set himself on fire? Like,
because he's dumb. I don't
I
know.
know.
I don't know.
He is literally,
Yeah.
his whole kit is just manifestation. If he believes it, he is it. If he's like a fire pinwheel, then by God, he's a fire indestructible pinwheel. And like, I don't know. I thought that was interesting, but then the whole fighting happened, and I'm just like, toss him in the water. He's done.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
Get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he didn't have a devil fruit. He just had like stupid shields.
He just had a lot of. Don
Yeah.
Krieg is toxic.
But no, keep that in mind. For later.
Yes.
But yeah, see, like the Mihawk fight in the first half of the arc was real good
Yeah.
because it had like emotional baggage to it, and we've seen like the stuff
Yeah.
behind it. And the fight, like the short fight between not Nami, Sanji and Jin, that was also good because again, there's like emotional weight there.
Mm-hmm.
But like Luffy coming in to fight like Don Krieg, like sure it was heroic and stuff, but you didn't feel anything about Don Krieg other than he's a big asshole.
That's true. It was just a big
Exactly.
asshole.
Oh, it was a
And,
very brutal fight. There was like toxic gas and like
Yeah.
Luffy getting stabbed multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was brutal, but that's like all I really got. It was just like they have to get rid of him. Like, and there
Yeah.
wasn't any really emotional baggage there.
Yeah. You know what?
There was for Jin,
too?
but not for Don Krieg.
It was like, I mean, it doesn't bother me in all arcs in all of anime or manga, but like the peanut gallery hanging in the oceans being like, oh my god, his indestructible shield! Oh my god, he broke the indestructible shield! That's his best weapon ever! Oh my god, he broke the best weapon ever! You
Yeah.
can't kill him, like, who are you rooting for? Tell me!
Just be like, oh man, Luffy fell in the water. Oh well, he can't swim because of the devil fruit. And Sanji's like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, you should have told me earlier. I'm gonna get him.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Just
Why did you tell me that? Yeah.
Seriously, these people talk with their fists more than their mouths.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like,
Yeah.
oh, I should have said that instead. Oh, crazy. I should
I
tell me that
know.
sooner.
Yeah.
It's fine. It was nice to see Don Krieg get his butt kicked anyway.
Yeah.
It's true. It was like, gosh, please, Luffy, get rid of this guy already.
But definitely not as satisfying as like Arlong, because like
No.
again, it did not have as much like emotional baggage behind it. Fighting Don Krieg was just like, oh, he's some dude. One thing I think they do well though is Don Krieg has been to the Grand Line.
Yes, he's been to the Grand Line, and I mean, yeah, he ran
just, like-
away from the
Yeah,
Grand
he ran
Line.
away, and like Mihawk is from the Grand Line.
Yeah.
It kind of gives you this sense of like power scaling of like, okay,
Yeah.
this is like where we're at. This is where like the Grand Line is at.
Yeah, and Don Krieg was just like kind of, I don't know, probably felt hurt from having to run away and having to rely on someone else, so he decided to be really manly and toxic.
Yeah,
Kill everyone.
yeah.
He probably was
He
always toxic, but
He
you know.
manifested his toxic personality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, a better villain than like fucking Axehand Morgan.
Mm.
Oh yeah, we also need to talk about the freaking Buggy adventure and the cover story and the
Oh my
Kobe
gosh.
adventure. And the
They
I
got
love
so
that.
silly.
They got
Yeah.
really
I was like, what is going on? And like the lion was the captain for a hot minute.
Yeah, they were like having a contest for who would be the captain, and the
Yeah.
lion sleepwalks and beats them both up, and he's the captain.
Hmm.
But then they get captured by, I guess, like a tribe of cannibals or something. That was a little bit. Oof.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what I was reading in black and white, so I had no idea. But
Yeah. And the colored scans I'm reading are not official. They're just like.
oh, they're just okay, interesting. Yeah, that was I don't.
Yeah, I find that interesting. I actually enjoyed seeing Kobe's little adventure
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
a lot more.
Oh yeah,
I thought it
because
was
we
so
don't
cute.
like Buggy. Like Buggy's annoying.
Well, no, he is annoying, but I found his adventures very like so
Right.
unorthodox, and he's just like going through it, and then he finds Luffy to be the most like mysterious person, and he went through all of that. I'm like, come
Yeah, he's
on, man.
cleaning on various
And
ships.
then they meet fucking Elvita. He meets Elvita, but
Yeah.
she's hot now because she ate a slip fruit.
It's true. I didn't know. Like when she first shows up with Buggy, I was like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "It kind of looks like Alvita," but I didn't say it in the last stream in case I was talking out my butt. I guess it was Alvita.
It's Elvita.
It is
Yeah,
the
but
same.
I don't know. She still kind of sucks though.
Yeah, she still kind of sucks though.
Yeah.
Same personality, just looks different.
I'm curious if her personality has changed though. No.
No, it's the same.
She's literally like, who's the most beautiful woman? It's
It's
me. And then later it's like, don't you recognize me? And then Luffy's like, yeah, you look way different. What the fuck happened? She's like, oh yeah, I'm still as beautiful as before, but I think I lost my freckles.
Like, yeah, that's what changed, huh?
Yeah, that's what changed. Not you, like in your entire facial structure and body structure.
It's like funny because like Luffy's sarcastic. He's not very sarcastic, but he was sarcastic to Alvita. Yeah.
I don't know if it's sarcasm or if he's genuinely that dumb.
Oh, it's true. Who knows? I don't know.
Sometimes he will find a like villain that he fought before, and he'll be like, "Who are you again?"
Yeah.
And then the villain
Yeah.
will be like, "I've been like dreaming of the day I get to fight you, my rival again. You don't even remember who I am."
You don't know who I am. Yeah. True.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's true.
Okay, but you were saying you like Kobe's little story.
Yeah, no, I just like I didn't try to read it too much the first time around, but seeing actually having to like because I can like you're reading but you're not really reading. You really need to like focus, make sure you actually know like what we're talking about here, and like actually paying attention to those little things. I'm like, oh, I actually do want to know how Kobe's doing. That's why I like them a lot.
Yeah, it's cool to have these because especially as the series goes on, you'll go back sometimes. You'll be like, "Whoa, hey, Kaya, all the way back on Syrup Village. How is she doing?"
Yeah.
It's like we haven't seen her in like 900 chapters.
How is she doing?
How is she doing? Is she okay? Did she die from her
hope not.
disease or something?
Her disease.
Let's hope she's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, remember when we fought back in chapter 23? Is chapter 500? That's not even a lie. That's how it is sometimes.
I bet though.
They're like, who is that again?
Who is that? I don't even know.
Yeah, that is one thing about having the super goofy designs is like, you'll remember the super goofy face and you'll see it again. You'll be like, I remember that from somewhere.
It's true.
Instead of like, all having to do the anime like same face,
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Everyone is very distinct. I still like how large everyone's mouths are. I don't know why. I just do.
Yeah, and the eyes that bulge out like a
Yeah.
what's it called, like a cone.
Yes.
It's really funny to me.
Yeah, the goofy cartoon pirates.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, but then Kobe and Helmeppo become friends.
Yeah, they're friends now. I mean, I feel like they were forced to become friends out of mutual scrubbing floors, but
Yeah, I liked it in all the scenes. Like Kobe was working hard. He was real cute. And then like Helmeppo was like making a voodoo doll of Luffy and was like, die, die, die.
yeah, or struggling. The voodoo doll was really silly though.
Yeah, and then like Axe Hand Morgan is captured, but then breaks free and takes Helmeppo hostage. And then Kobe's like, don't shoot. That's my friend.
Oh, yeah. Now they're friends. Yeah. And that he gets arrested again, right?
I don't think they catch Morgan. He just like kind of gets away, but they do rescue. Okay. They do rescue Helmeppo.
Okay. I don't quite remember.
I don't remember if they showed that, but I guess that's spoilers. But no,
Oh, well,
Helmeppo is
whatever.
okay.
That's okay. That's
And
good.
Axel Morgan could go suck a big one. But that guy sucks.
That works.
Yeah, he's got that Dawn Krieg energy of like toxic masculinity.
Yeah, just toxic mix.
Mhm.
I think for me, I think this best part of the second half of Baratie is when Gordon Ramsay gets Sanji to leave. It's very touching.
Yeah.
Because they kick him out, kind of, and they just want him to go experience the world, and they're crying, and everybody's like, even though they all like kind of hate each other, but it's fine.
Mhm.
It was a nice, tearful goodbye.
Yeah.
It was. The
I
power of
also
soup.
think like Sanji seeing Luffy and Zoro basically willing to give up everything to live out their dreams kind of inspired him to like, okay, I can't just stay here. I gotta go out and chase my own dreams.
I have to go chase the all blue, or find the all blue.
But like, okay, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the like map and stuff. But the map of the One Piece world is literally like impossible for all four seas to meet because this is a giant supercontinent that just wraps around the whole world.
Oh.
So it's like literally impossible for there to be an all blue, which is why it's like so crazy to think like, where is all blue? And where is all blue if it's all separated?
I haven't looked at the map. In my head, I was like, you mean just all of the oceans in the world?
Yeah.
You're already in the all blue.
Yeah, I'm Googling it. Let's see.
If you look up the One Piece map, it is like actually physically impossible for there to be all blue, which is why like it kind of makes sense why people were laughing at him and stuff.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that that's how the world. Why is the world like that?
It's Pirate World.
Pirate World.
All islands and one giant strip of land that just bisects the entire world.
Interesting. Huh. Good afternoon, Austin.
Wow.
Talk about One Piece.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Spoilers ahead, but no spoilers beyond chapter 100. I forgot to write that down. I'll write that.
Yeah, so just east of Saga. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Realm, you were going to say something about Baratie.
I don't remember. If I don't
So
remember, it wasn't important enough.
Sanji leaving and then kicking him out. Gordon Ramsay dad being like, soup is trash. Get out of here.
I just had the power of good soup.
Yeah, the power of good soup. Yeah. Or in this case, like bad soup, or they pretended it was.
I know, but I appreciate it. And Luffy's like, yeah, I'm not taking him. No way. He said he doesn't want to go? I want to hear it. And then they say, oh, we gotta go catch Nami. I'll go.
Yeah.
Let's go see Blue. But my beloved Nami.
Yeah.
We barely met.
Yeah. But no, I do like how Luffy's like, you know what? He made his choice. I'm going to respect that choice.
Yeah.
He'll join me if he wants to, basically. I'm not going to force him.
There we go. Sorry.
Perfect.
And then,
nice little bench.
Yeah, okay. So this is a big weakness of Sanji's character. Like, it's so cool a lot of the times. And the joke is that he is super suave and cool.
Right.
Until he like meets any female.
Yeah, and then he's a loser.
Or like any AFAB person. And then he just like loses it.
Yeah.
Like he could have been so like if he's just how he is normally, there's no doubt that like women would be all over him. But because he just like turned into this fucking Mineta from like Boku no Hero, whenever like a woman is around.
It's true.
It's just like, come on, dude.
Sanji, you fight so cool and you cook and that's really cool, and then you act like that.
Yeah. And you could be such a gentleman, but then you just like, oh, women.
Yeah. Like, no thanks, bro.
Yeah. When's he gonna learn to just stop? Stop it. Stop. No.
I don't know. I assume he doesn't learn, to be honest with you. I'm just assuming it.
Yeah. I got my hopes up, but not really. I don't know. No. Yeah, Sanji had to be that one guy. It
Yeah,
sucks that a lot of shonen tropes are like, haha, pervert guy, or
yeah,
funny gag. It's not funny, guys. Stop it. Just
yeah.
stop.
It's not necessary.
It's not necessary to make Brock like lust after every Officer Jenny nurse toy. Like, stop it. Stop.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I was gonna say that. I'm like, Sanji's acting like Brock from Pokemon. I wasn't even thinking of Mineta.
Yeah.
I try to not think about Mineta, though.
Yeah. At least Sanji's useful.
Yes.
You can't say that about Mineta.
Yeah, he can make food.
Mm-hmm.
That's very useful.
Yeah. And he can kick good.
But yeah, actually, that's what reminded me, because Brock is known for like being good at making Pokemon food too. So I was like, oh
Yeah.
wow, why do they have so many personality traits that are similar?
Yeah. And they also have like whatchamacallit? Hidden vision? Not hidden vision. Their eyes are either covered or squinty.
Oh yeah, they have like, I don't even know, that
What do you
weird
call
eye
it?
shape that anime does.
I mean,
Why do
for
you do the
Sanji, it's more
things
like
you
his
do?
hair covers one eye.
Oh
And
yeah,
Brock
yeah.
is that he has lines for
Brock,
eyes.
it's like the sleepy eyes, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
Relaxed.
Derek says, I feel like it's ironically to indirectly keep it PG as he never manages to seduce women with the way he acts. Yeah, there's some scenes later on. I'm just like, Sanji, no, bad, stop it.
Sanji bad, no. Oh no.
No.
Kick him.
But I think this is it. You're right. It's also a way to keep it so that there's no like actual like romance going on within the crew dynamic.
Yeah.
It's all just like Sanji one-sided and takes care of it to try and make sure like, hey,
Yeah.
they're basically family. Stop it. Stop.
Please stop.
Stop with the romancing of your coworkers. Just
Yes.
stop. Or your crewmates.
Sanji makes you sign a waiver. Or no, sorry, I meant to say Luffy makes you sign a waiver. You cannot date anyone on my ship.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for
No
the
matter
hydrate.
how much I want Sanji and Zoro to kiss.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that is true because Zoro sleeps all the time. Well, mostly because he's injured a lot, but he does
That's
sleep
true.
a lot and then works out and then gets lost, so he can't be near anybody. And then Sanji turns into a pervert. And then Luffy is just everything goes over his head. And Nami's like, all I care about is money. So they have every which way to be like at each other's way.
Yeah, and Usopp is also just like running away from every single fight.
Yes, he's running
And everyone else
away,
gets into fights.
and
That's-
he's a perpetual liar. So even in the Arlong Park arc, he's like, yeah, and I can't swing a sword well, and I can't lie well, and Usopp's like, me? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
He's like, is that all I do?
Exactly. And
But
True.
no, I think that's actually honestly a really good point because up until like later on, they don't feel like a crew. They're just a bunch of like randos who
Yeah.
got together.
They're just a bunch
And they
of
don't
people.
really become like a solid crew until like way like chapter 300 or so. They're like still kind of like at each other's throats. They're still like, I'm just like with these guys, my buddies. They don't really
Mhm.
become like that family dynamic until later.
Okay.
yes,
think-
that is
I
true.
don't know. I feel like that makes it more earned, than just, oh yeah, hop on my ship and now you're my crewmate, you're my nakama. We're gonna sail the oceans together and you're never gonna doubt me again. You will
Yeah.
never question me.
You'll never question me again. It is like any
am
D
the
and D
captain
party.
Yeah, it's like your D&D party, you got together and you got some kinks to work out. You got some
Different
little-
personalities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, it's like first off, making sure your schedule is good so everyone's there and
Yeah.
nothing happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Nearly
Like,
impossible.
like Nami ran away. Like,
Mhm.
girl, we have a game to play.
And then
Well,
like
we spent
fucking
4 hours
Zoro
making your
just
ship.
like went off the deep end and fought like a level 100 like NPC boss fight he wasn't supposed to yet. And the
Oh,
DM was like, no, you shouldn't fight him. And Zoro's like, I rolled to slash at him with my sword.
Yes, and then he nat 20s and for some reason gets a bonus because the power of ignorance, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
he does well. And then when you need him the most, he crit fails and he gets slashed.
Yeah, he gets slashed.
He takes so much damage.
No, it's just like you need such a high roll that it's like literally impossible. And it's just like the Zoro player is just so mad. He's like, no way, it can't be that hard.
Yeah.
Why?
Actually, a quick side story, just to emphasize how much this works. I'm gonna use my sister's example, and I feel like her works well with like Usopp. We did a first campaign with her. So I chose a warlock. I wanted to like do like like a mage magician slash swordsman, like a magic swordsman. So my sister went as a dragonborn sorcerer. But do you want to know what weapon she chose to do all of her battles with?
What?
A
A
spear?
slingshot?
She chose to do with a crossbow.
Crossbow. Oh, yeah, that's
She used
basically
the
a
crossbow
slingshot.
every time. Exactly. And so it's just like, what are you doing? We put in so much effort. What are you doing? And they're like, oh man, I wonder what I could do. And then like chooses the least effective thing, like Usopp with his eggshell bombs, and it's just like, bro, you're just shooting eggshells. You're shooting the eggs at the dudes, and like, and it works. And you're like, how does this work? How did you crit?
How did you quit?
Yeah, Usopp is like, he's like a ranger class, but he put all his points into charisma.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you're like,
he's like, oh, this is the wrong stat.
Like, that's not the right one. Now you're not getting bonuses.
Yeah, you don't have any bonuses.
Yeah.
Also, you're not even that good at charisma.
Yeah,
he tries. You're ranged, but like you're wearing heavy armor, and you put nothing into strength, and your little rubber band shot went 2 feet.
Yeah.
But it still manages to like impact somebody like the octopus. You know, it's like, oh, I thought it was gonna hit me. I'm like, what? How did that happen?
But at the same time, I feel like his different
Octopus Man's int was too low.
Oh gosh, yeah, his int was too low. I think Usopp's like his slingshots are getting like cooler though. Like they're more creative at least.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
I
not
will
good at
say though,
killing.
honestly, Usopp also doesn't get that good until later.
Oh, later? Okay.
Yeah, because he also has like a whole character development arc because he kind of is still like the whiny baby of the crew, which makes the braver members of the crew seem more brave in comparison.
That's true. That's true.
But
Mako, the Mink, thanks for the joining the observatory. I hope you enjoy your stay.
Welcome. Yes. Were there any other One Piece at all? Was there any other pieces after they told them to leave?
Yeah, after Brosuke, Yosaku or Johnny, I don't know which one, comes back and is like, Nami's heading for Arlong Park. That's a really bad thing. You gotta go. I don't think there's really anything after that. It's just they go to. It's just we get. I feel
like the one line like Gordon Ramsay Chef Zeph says at the very end. He's like Sanji's also being all Tsundere and being like, fine, I didn't even like you guys. Get out. I'm leaving, you assholes.
Yeah.
And Zeph's just like, hey kid, keep your feet dry.
Yeah.
Keep your feet dry. Keep your feet crying.
Yeah.
Everyone's like sniffling and crying.
It was good. It was good. It did a little flashback of him being a tiny kid.
Yeah.
Sealed the deal for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, it does mean something to Sanji.
Yeah, or just him like sitting outside the door and he's able to hear them being like, oh, we didn't want to do it. And actually the soup is really good. Please let me get seconds.
Yeah. It's true. When Luffy was eating, he's like, why are you saying it's bad? It's really good.
Yeah, it's so good. It's real good. Even more.
Mm-hmm. But if he didn't say it, even if he didn't mean it to be this way, no one would actually say what they actually want to, what they mean to say.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is one of the weaknesses of early One Piece is sort of like the lack of subtlety.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of like the themes are kind of just stated outright, but you're starting to get more and more like little subtle.
That's true. I guess it is really in your face. I mean, I think that it's fine because it is, again, kids are supposed to be able to like be able to consume it too. Not that they can't, that kids can't interpret like subtlety or anything, but I don't know. I feel like Oda gets better as he starts like actually putting together a story, which is why I thought or at least I guess he could put together a longer. It's not long, but a fully fleshed out arc is what Arlong Park felt like to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Syrup Village and Baratie, well, okay, definitely like Syrup Village and like the Buggy the Clown thing, you can kind of feel he was like still making it up as he went along.
Yeah.
But he definitely had ideas for at least like the end half of Arlong Park. The beginning half, like how people get to where they are.
Yeah, like they just Zoro and Usopp just roll up and they're like, "Oh, it's scary," and they try to find where to go, and they all get separated. And oh my god!
But I do think having them get separated was kind of meant for Nami to have like a one-on-one moment with each of them.
Yes.
With well, not Sanji because she barely knows him.
Yeah. Both
Zoro
Usopp and Zoro.
Usopp
Yeah.
and Luffy.
Yeah.
And kind of be like, yeah, I'll pretend to betray you, but actually I kind of like you guys, even though I betrayed you.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, wow, Zoro really, really trusts Nami to not let him drown. When he just like falls into the water and Nami goes and saves him.
Yeah.
But I guess he knew, so.
Yeah, Zoro's kind of like a dumb himbo, but he gets it sometimes.
Yeah.
He gets his feelings. It's just like he can't use it sometimes because he's lost somewhere.
Yeah.
That probably helps.
Yeah, that's the thing about Luffy too, is he doesn't understand core concepts other than people's emotions. Like he is very emotionally intelligent, but everything else he's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Indeed. So we made our way over.
Yeah, they made their way over. Yeah, I think you're basically said, I guess, what happens, because they each meet up with...
But before they get to Arlong Park,
yeah!
There is one really quick moment where they kind of, Brosuke explains kind of like the world powers. Of like there's 7 warlords out there.
The 7 warlords.
Oh, right.
And one of them, Mihawk is one of them. So that kind of gives an idea of like, oh, that's what like the power of Mihawk is, like the power level. It's one of those 7 warlords. And also, one of them, Jimbei, released Arlong. So Arlong is not even like the strong one. It's just a pawn of someone else.
And he's a fishman, and they're stronger than normal humans. But apparently they're evolved humans and not evolved from fish.
I think it's more of like that's like fucking Arlong's like eugenics grossness is like we are evolved from normal humans. No, they're just like a different species.
Oh, they're just a different species. Okay.
Yeah, they're just a totally different species of people.
Okay, well that makes more sense. I was like, how?
Yeah. That's not how evolution works. But also like that explains like Arlong's whole like racist ideology.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
But I will say, okay, because you guys wouldn't know this otherwise, this is like as Oda was writing this, he realized that hey, this is actually going to be a really successful series at this point. Originally, he was going to have them fight 4 warlords or emperors or whatever. He was going to have them like the idea was, hey, we're going to have like 4, like getting 4 new crew members. And I'm going to go fight the 4 warlords and then Pirate King. But this like 7 warlords idea. Or 7 warlords idea was like kind of to add to the story even more. And kind of one of the reasons why One Piece is so long is because he decided to add this whole stuff with extra stuff. Now that he was like confident that the series would do well.
Wow. Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's still doing well.
Yeah, it's still doing well. In fact, many of like the 7 Warlord sagas are like my favorites.
Oh, good. All right. Interesting.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I got in there before we actually get into our.
I like it.
Oh, also before we go, star rating and slug rating for Baratie.
So
star
for
rating, how much we liked it,
Yeah.
and slug rating, how much we recommend people read it.
For Baratie as a whole, I don't know. It's probably like a 5. I liked the beginning part, but the second half I didn't like it. From a star rating, wait, which one's the objective one?
Slug rating is objective, right?
Slug rating is objective. Yeah, you're right. Star rating is 5. Slug rating, I don't know. I think it depends. If you like the action, it could be like a 8 or a 9. But I think I'd rate it like a 6, probably. Because you get Sanji's a core member, so you get his backstory. So it's important to read, but it's not as fun as the other arcs so far for me. Yeah. And you, Realm?
Oh my. I would honestly say the beginning part. I'm very very in line with what you said. The beginning part of it carried it for me honestly quite well, and I had to sort of stretch very far to read the rest of it and then continue on. So I'm gonna do both 6s for the star rating and the slug rating. Go see the power of Mihawk and stay for the hey, people aren't just pirates ready to kill people. They have feelings too.
I will give. Okay. I am actually. This is my hot take. I'm not the biggest fan of Baratie, just because I'm not the biggest fan of Sanji overall. So I'll give it like 6 stars and like 7 for slug rating. It's quite a good arc, and you can see like the good flashbacks and like the good fights. But people who really like Baratie like remember those good fights and good emotional beats. But there's a lot of like weak areas too. Like what the heck was up with like the chefs trying to like shoot them with the machine gun fish head boat?
Yeah.
That really didn't amount to anything.
It didn't do anything.
The fucking Iron Pearl, whatever, he sucked. He's so forgettable. And Don Krieg is a pretty shit tier villain.
I agree.
Yeah, Trips is sea slug.
He's being sarcastic. You're being sarcastic right there.
Yeah, water animal VTubers. There we go.
Water VTubers, and we have Realm, who's like the caretaker.
But Realm is also like star adjacent.
Yeah, star adjacent. Oh, sorry, I didn't finish it. Co-caretaker of the observatory.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I mean, my library where I teach theoretically has like multiple dimensions, so you guys could just pop up wherever, you know. You guys can each have a cohabitat. I'm sure there's an observatory and or natural basin for sea slugs and turtles.
Gotta get an observatory to observe your observatory, and we just stare at each other.
Get a bigger observatory to observe an observatory.
Yes.
Hey, yo, dog.
Oh no.
I'll do it.
Look into the darkness for the darkness to look back.
I think your take, Toto, is kind of how I thought, though. Like, if you really like the fighting in One Piece, you'll probably like Baratie more than I did.
Yeah, but honestly, the fighting in One Piece usually like is only good. The poses are usually pretty good, and like the choreography is pretty good. But you're really usually not in for it for just like random fights. You really want the emotional meat behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where like the fights get real good.
Yeah, that's why it's.
Yeah, we're like Arlong Park too. As we get to it, like a lot of the fights there were like, "Yeah, cool, they did a thing, tough." But then like the real meat was like Luffy versus Arlong.
Yeah.
Or even like the people versus Arlong.
Yeah, I think actually, it was fun. It does. I can't remember quite the order of things, but I think like basically Zoro and Usopp get separated. Zoro goes to Arlong Park, or like the actual area where Arlong's crew is, and Usopp is in the village. Kokoyashi Village? Coco Village? I guess it depends on your translation. And Usopp meets Nami's stepsister after running away from the fishmen. I think, yeah. Her name is Nojiko. Also, I really liked Cool Old Man with the pinwheel hat. I can't remember his name, but I liked him.
Genzo. Oh,
Genzo. Yeah, I could never.
I liked him.
He was cool. He had the scars and everything. You find out how he got those scars, and you find out why he has a pinwheel.
It's cute.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I screenshotted that because that made me. I said it before. That made me tear up at my office. I'm like, why'd you do this to me?
You did
Why'd you
this
do this
to
to me?
Arlong so
Nojiko
good.
is cool looking too, I thought.
Nojiko is hot. She's real hot.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Now.
I didn't know she had purple hair till I looked into it.
Oh yeah. Mhm. And also their mom
Yeah.
is such a badass. Their,
Yeah.
adoptive mother.
She's really cool. I'm not 100% sure. Well, no, I guess I understand how her hair look works now that I'm looking at other art of it.
It's like a mohawk.
Yeah, now I get it. Never mind.
Yeah.
The way it was drawn, I was like, I'm not sure in the manga.
Yeah.
At some points. But
No
yeah.
matter.
Not,
Okay, sorry. So Usopp meets with the villagers.
yeah.
Zoro goes to Fishman Island, or
Yeah.
not Fishman Island. That's way later. Fucking Arlong Park.
Yeah. Goes to Arlong Park, yeah.
That's not really a spoiler. Like
da, da,
that's
da.
just an arc name for later.
Mhm. It's fine. Nami's stepsister Nojiko tells us that the island was taken over by Arlong's crew. And everyone thinks Nami's bad, and I can't remember what else she said at that point in time. It might have just switched to Zoro at that point.
Yeah, I think it just switches to Zoro.
Yeah. Yeah, and Zoro's trying to confront Nami, and she's like, I'm a bad guy! You can't go away! Don't come near me! And he doesn't believe her, and he just drops into the water.
Yeah, while tied up. And he's like, haha, you saved me. That proves you're a good person.
Yeah, because she jumps in immediately and saves him.
And she's like, oh, damn it. I proved I'm a good person.
Oh, you got me.
Yes,
It's funny. Oh yeah, something I because I just like the stupid cowfish. I like that when Sanji and Luffy find the cowfish because they're trying to I think the tentacle man is trying to call it in. The octopus man is trying to call it in, but it doesn't come in, and it's because Sanji and Luffy are harassing it.
I don't think that's what it was, because that happens later. Like, no, Sanji and Luffy just randomly run into it while coming to Arlong Park. And they're like, what is that? And then Brosuke is like, oh my god, it's a sea monster! And they're just like... Sanji's like, oh, he's just hungry, he wants some food!
Yeah!
He's like, here, have some food!
Yeah.
And he's like, he kicks it, he's like, he was trying to eat me too!
Yeah.
How dare you!
And they just beat him up.
He just beat him up.
But yeah, I really liked the cowfish. I just thought it was really cute.
They're all cute.
Even if it was just trying to eat people. I was like, why'd you
No, you're right. The octopus man tries to call him later.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of funny because it's like, oh shit. In other shonen anime, it would be like, this is where they call in their super monster.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, no, it's the monster they fought before.
Yeah, and they're like...
And already beat up.
Yeah, and Luffy's like, you again, get out of here!
Yeah. It's a pretty good moment.
Yeah, he was, that guy was, damn if you do, damn if you don't. He's like, I don't want to attack you, but it's making me do it. So I'm going to attack you, but I'm going to get beat up anyway. No!
Yeah. He actually gets used to beat up most of the fishmen. He's like a giant pinwheel attack, but he just gets slammed into everyone.
Poor Momo.
Momo. I don't remember if Momo shows up again.
Probably not, but I almost, in the little graphic I made, I almost used the cover that Momo is in, but I didn't.
Oh.
I used the last one. Where are my notes? There they are. Oh yeah, and then I think in between these points when Sanji is captured, but then is not captured after that, after he drowns, Arlong, I guess, is I don't want to get... He says that how good of a cartographer Nami is and how it makes the best maps, and that if she gets enough berries, she can buy Kokoyashi Town back, or village back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's her whole reason for being with him. That's what's revealed, basically. And they're like, oh no, is she evil or is she not? And we know she's not evil. Zoro incident. But then Usopp has the same kind of incident with Nami when he goes to Arlong Park. She stabs Usopp, but she actually just cuts her hand.
Yeah.
And he also falls in the water and swims back to the village.
Yeah. I think if you look at it as like they all went to Arlong Park,
yeah,
like, once and then twice and came back and were like, oh, Nami is actually a good person. Nami is actually a good person.
yeah,
It doesn't seem so much as like random back and forth anymore. It's like they went to Arlong Park
yeah,
each once and came back. And then when Luffy finally went there with everyone, that's when they shut it all down.
yeah. They shut it all down. Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Yeah. Though Zoro's way of getting out was interesting.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like she lets him out of jail, and then instead of like leaving and sneaking out, he beats everyone up.
Yeah, he beats everyone up, and he's just chilling.
Literally, he's just like, yeah. So probably what I had to do. Let's see what else is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's real funny because you don't even see it on the screen. He's just like sitting on the throne, and he's like, "All right, I guess I'm done here."
Yeah, and he convinces the octopus guy to take him back to the village.
Yeah, and the octopus dude is just like kind of chill with it and kind of dumb.
Yeah,
He's like, "Okay,
okay,
okay."
yeah.
Fair enough.
It's never really addressed because we don't really know. Luffy like doesn't think. I feel like I don't know. It does Luffy. I feel like Luffy just thought Nami went here for like she just left and we just have to follow her. It's fine. She's still part of the crew. I don't know. Or like if he had more cohesive thoughts, like there must be a reason why she's doing this, and let's find out. Because like when Nojiko's like, okay, I'll tell you our tragic backstory, Luffy's like, I don't care, and he just leaves.
Yeah.
And Zoro falls asleep.
I think it's because Zoro and Luffy both kind of see that she's not happy.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, something is up, and
That's true.
I think in Luffy's mind, it's also a thing like it should be Nami telling me her sad backstory, not someone else. Like that's her deal. And if she's not gonna want to tell me, then I'm not gonna, ask for the deets. I'm not gonna ask them to spill the tea. I just want to help her.
Yeah.
If she wants to share it with me, then she can share it with me.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
fair
just think I
enough.
want to help her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can agree. Then we have. Then we really do get Nami's tragic backstory. I feel like everyone has a tragic backstory because it's like pirate world.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, get used to tragic backstories. But yeah, what did you guys think of Nami's tragic backstory?
I think it was to me. I thought Belmare's entire story was very touching, and how she just wanted to protect her adoptive children. And I can see how people would be like, "Oh, Nami was just being a brat because she wasn't being appreciative of what Belmare was giving her," but she was just a child. She was just a kid wanting more stuff that she couldn't have. It's a very normal kid thing. And then she felt bad, and that's why she agreed to try to win or buy back Kokoyashi Village.
Yeah. But also like her being like, Belmare, you're like just eating oranges again. Like you could eat real food if you didn't adopt us. Like we are eating you out of house and home.
Yeah, that's true. But and I guess as a kid you wouldn't understand that like an adult would see you as their responsibility and they would put you before them. And they would put the child before their own hunger. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess
cool,
for anyone who hasn't read the series in chat, it's like Belmare was a Navy soldier who basically got ditched by the Navy during a big fight. And she was about to die, but then she found 2 orphans that weren't even related to each other. And that was Nojiko and Nami, and she took them in and came back to the village she was born in and was like, I'm going to raise these 2.
On top of that, Belmare was very much like Nami and her sister because she was also the town delinquent of the village. So you see the guy with the pinwheel, like the forgot his name already, but
Enzo.
yes, Enzo. So he's like a long-standing citizen. And he's like, oh, your mother was the same way, but she really straightened up. So like for the brief time that you saw Belmare, she went through like extreme maturity.
Mm-hmm.
It became like, I guess, whatever. At that point, she didn't care what she had as long as she had those 2 kids
Yeah.
and just hung out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So the story was touching. I did enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wholesome single lesbian mother living in a cottage on her own.
On her own, trying to feed her children.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was sweet. And clearly Sanji and Usopp thought it was touching too, because they were like crying at the end. Arya, thank you for that 4-month Slugling sub. Oh, 4 months of trips. Yay!
Let's go!
Much love! Yay!
Yay.
Thank you.
Slug Army reigns supreme.
Yeah.
Okay, but then what happened?
Oh, it's the... We didn't even talk about this guy that was at the beginning of the arc.
Oh yeah.
Well, actually, it'd be a good transition. Well, at the end of this whole flashback, the reason why Nami was doing everything was because Arlong, which Trips can introduce, took over this town after escaping from the Grand Line. He and his crew are from the Grand Line as part of these, evolutionary human fishmen people. And as part of the tariffs for the town that they just like bamboozled and took over, there was a tax for having adults and having kids, and if they didn't pay it, they'd simply kill you. Or if no one paid, or actually, sorry, if like one person didn't pay, either they would just kill you or they would just break your entire town. So in that event, the amount of money that Belmare had worked out so she could save Nami and her sister, but not herself. And Belmare was made an example and killed by Arlong. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, so like Nami gets into a fight with her adoptive mom. Belmare is like, I wish I was born into a rich family. You're so poor. You could have been better off without us, and I could be better off without you. She runs away, like, but not that far. She just runs to town, basically, and then sees Genzo, and Genzo's like, she's still your mom. She loves you. You should go apologize. And they're about to apologize when Arlong shows up. And Belmare, in order to try to prove to them that she is okay enough to like actually eat good food, is trying to prepare a nice dinner for them for once, instead of just eating the tangerines that grow around the house.
Yeah, she was making like duck a la orange or whatever.
Yeah,
that's hard to make.
Yeah, and like rice and like everything and veggies. She was like, the veggies are ready. The rice is almost done. And that's when Arlong shows up with his and like the Arlong pirates go up because they see the smoke from the house because she's cooking. Because otherwise they wouldn't have found her. And they're like, all right, you got enough money, bitch? And she's like, I just barely have enough money. And she even tries to fight Arlong, but Arlong just like bites her gun in half.
Yeah.
Because he's that strong, I guess. And the like Genzo is like, yeah, that's enough money. You had like 3 plates set up because we were coming over to your house for dinner, right? Wink, wink.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, here's my money. Now kill me because I'd rather die than tell people that I don't have kids because they are my kids.
yeah, so the math worked out to $100,000 or 100,000 berry per adult and 50,000 per kid.
Yeah, so she's like, yeah, that money's for my 2 kids. Like, if she didn't say that, if he didn't say anything, they wouldn't even have known that the 2 kids existed. But she's like, no, this is for my 2 kids because I can never say that they're not my kids.
Yeah. Yeah, she.
Oh my god.
I don't know if she knew that Nojiko and Nami were watching, but like I think she just didn't want them to ever hear her say that they weren't.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he bites her gun in half. He's a shark fishman. They have like different species of fishman. He's
Yeah.
a sawtooth shark. And he just bites it. He like literally shoves a shotgun up into his mouth, and he bites it in half.
Yeah, and she isn't weak either.
Yeah, she's
No.
not weak either. But no, they shoot her in the head, and she dies after
I think that
after Nami and Nojiko run up to her
Yeah.
and are like, "Please, no, don't."
yes, in
They-
the anime version, they shoot her in the chest.
Yeah,
Oh.
but no. Obviously, in the anime, they also don't show uh, Chef Zeph like chopping his own foot off to eat it,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
so he can give all the food to Sanji. I don't think we actually mentioned that, but yeah, that's what happened.
Fucked up, yo.
Yeah, it's fucked up. And like also like Genzo tries to fight back, and that's how he gets all the scars all over
Mhm.
his body because he gets sliced up as well.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
These
he
guys are
survives.
this is the best way of saying these guys are built different. All right, tough
Like
group.
it's a world of cartoon people. Like they have like realistic stuff happen, but you also have to keep in mind One Piece is like a manga about cartoon pirates. Like they work on cartoon physics.
Yeah. For
Mhm.
sure.
You know?
Gosh. Yeah, I feel like as far as what is revealed, I don't know, Nami's was the saddest. Well, I don't know. Cause Usopp's is sad too. Like any of the parents are dying make me sad.
Yeah, Usopp's is really sad, but they don't really show it until the very end.
Yeah, they don't
They
really
like
show it
kind
till the
of
end.
breeze over it. It's
Mhm.
actually quite a sad backstory, but they don't focus on it a lot.
Yeah, it did feel like Oda Sensei was like, I'm gonna write this out so it's fleshed out and you can know like everything that Nami went through. It's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Oh.
And definitely like the flashbacks the backstories get better over time. Because
Yeah.
like Zoro's was good, but it was more just like, oh, she fell down the stairs and died. Oops.
It was so tiny.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was like a 2-page flashback.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it helps though because you really know why exactly Nami's doing what she's doing, and also that she's only 7 million berries left to
Away, yeah.
acquire.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so
Get
her
the-
goal, like she made so part of that whole flashback, they took Nami because they found a bunch of maps in Belmare's house, and they're like, oh, you know what? We actually did need a cartographer. We're not taking you. We're just borrowing you. And then, the
Mhm.
village is in riot. They're about to
Yeah.
go revolt and go take back Nami right now. And then Nami comes back and
Mm-hmm.
says, I made a deal with him. I'm going to be part of his crew. I'm going to make maps for him. And he said, if I give him 100 million berry, I can buy back our island and we can be safe.
Well, okay. She doesn't tell them that though.
Yeah.
No, does
Because
not.
she knows that if she tells them that, they'll be like, that is so unreasonable to ask you to like take care of the entire village. Like, we
Yeah.
gotta fight back. So that's what she thinks. So she doesn't
Mhm.
say that. She basically has them all believe that she betrayed her mom.
Mhm.
But it turns out that like Nojiko just told everyone already. Like they all knew
They
what
all
she was
knew.
doing.
Yeah.
And
they
they
just-
all like were basically just trying to like live under the regime. Either Nami would save them, or they were hoping that Nami would just forget about them. That's why they like tried to hate on her. So that again, kind of like what happened with Baratie. Like if we all hate her enough, or pretend to hate her enough, maybe she'll just forget about us because she gets to at least move on and live a good life.
Yeah, at least she could leave. But she
Mhm.
doesn't.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah,
And then, yeah, after this all comes out, okay, we have to talk about that like Navy dude, the mousy Navy guy, Nezumi.
Oh, Nezumi. I just
Yeah.
didn't hear you.
Captain Mouse.
Captain Mouse, yes.
I hated him. I hated his face so much.
Yeah, he's got this
Some
like
people-
stupid slimy ratty face.
Some people have punchable faces, and he was one of them.
Definitely.
Really.
He definitely has a punchable face.
That's another good thing about One Piece designs is does a very good job of making like a face punchable. And you're just like, I instantly see this man and I want to hit him.
I want to hit him. Nothing good comes from Nezumi.
Yeah.
We see him at the beginning of the arc talking to Arlong, and he leaves peacefully, talking to like a big pirate guy, but he's a navy guy. So what's going on? And so like in the middle, I think, of this arc, maybe it's almost in the second half. Nezumi makes Genzo take him to the Nami Nojiko's house. And then is like, Nami, you've been harboring illegal money. Even if it's been stolen from pirates, you still stole it, so you gotta give it back. And Nami's like, what the fuck, no?
The fuck you think?
No thanks? But the Marines find the money. And they take it.
Take all the money she was saving up to buy Cocoa Village.
Yeah, all of the for the Cocoa Village.
Yeah.
And I think someone tells the Marines that the money is like what it's for.
Yeah.
And that they all knew all along what Nami was doing.
I think it was Genzo.
Yeah.
Like Iskander, worst kept secret ever.
Worst kept secret ever,
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, obviously you're not gonna just join the people.
Yeah.
Kill your mom and like betray everyone.
True.
You're obviously doing this for some reason.
And I think they try to use it as a bargaining chip, like, don't take away the money because we want to be free again from these pirates, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, but as we've learned, like Marine Navy captains are all really corrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they definitely are.
Yeah.
Except maybe
like,
Kobe.
Well, Kobe's not up there yet.
Oh, you're right. He's a chore boy.
Yeah, he's like a little chore boy.
Yeah.
But like, because some of the like individual like soldiers are good, but it's like the upper echelon of them all seem to be super corrupt.
Damn, everyone in One Piece already knows about the Imago machine. Yeah, they all know.
Yes, the worst kept secret.
Well, I mean, it's the ocean. There has to be a 3 seagrass somewhere. I mean,
that's true.
Hey, stop spoiling the plot twist that there are manga machines in One Piece.
But we love the space lesbians. How can we not involve these people?
That's funny.
Yeah, stop spoiling the arc with all the space lesbians.
It's true.
Perhaps Belmera wanted to be part of the whole group,
Yeah.
The harem.
I think after that, though, Nami goes back to Arlong Park to accuse him of sending the Marines to take it, and like, no, I didn't. I didn't do anything.
Can you prove it?
Yeah. He's like, oh, well, I guess you just have to start again.
Yeah.
And she runs away.
Yeah. And then all the villagers gear up to fight because they're like, that's the last straw. Like, she's been sacrificing so much, working under Arlong. It's time we fight or die. Like, we gotta do something.
And I was like, yo, no! Because to me, when I see things like self, mutilation, I like get all like, squeege, what's that word? I don't like it. Because Nami starts to stab herself in the arm to try to get rid of the Arlong tattoo. But Luffy stops her.
Yeah.
So I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, it was just like one panel. But it's quite brutal, like her trying to rip the tattoo off her body. And marks her as one of the Arlong pirates.
Yeah.
It's from the other book we're reading.
Yeah, it's from the other book we were reading. The worst kept secret. Hi, Paper Done. Hello.
You're artist.
Oh. Yeah. This is actually the part that made me tear up because because Nami's just like sitting there and she's like crying and she asks Luffy for help and he gets really mad and immediately goes to Arlong Park. And I was like, Luffy's a good man.
Yeah, I think it's really well done with the scene because at first she's like, what are you still doing here? Go away. Just leave me alone. And then Luffy is like, no.
No.
And finally she turns to him. There's like that one panel, one really famous panel of her saying help.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, hell yeah, I will. Let's get it.
And then,
Yeah, and then there's also the shot of him giving his hat to her.
Yeah, it's very
Kind of a
cute
big deal because,
in the
you
movie.
know, it's like his hat. It's
Yeah.
like his treasure.
And I think Nami was moved by that too, knowing how important it is to him.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you also have that one like pose shot of like all the boys as like Luffy walks forward and Zoro, Sanji, and Usopp were all already there. But Usopp is kind of like not sitting in a cool way. He's kind of sitting on the ground.
Yeah, he's there. It's fine.
There. At least he's there.
At least he's there. Oh, thanks for the lurk then, Paper Dawn. I am enjoying One Piece.
Ask Iskander, he'll tell anyone.
No!
I'm not gonna hide the truth.
Memory Called Empire is real good. It's real good.
Yeah, it's A Memory Called Empire by Katie Martinez.
Please take a gander on it. It was our first completed book on the book club series, so
Yes.
check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
Check it out.
We'll be reading part 2, so if you want to get caught up.
Yeah, we're gonna start part 2 in the next couple of weeks here, or in the next 2 weeks, and then we'll go over it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, the first half.
Yeah.
That actually reminds me, I need to update it.
Yeah.
What we're currently reading in my
I also need to buy the
alert.
book too.
I do as well.
Or the I think it's only $15 off Kindle.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
That's not.
Wait, no. I bought it already. I just haven't opened it. I think I bought it on the sale because after it won the Hugo Award.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I bought it. I got because I'm definitely gonna read this, even if I don't read it.
Only like $2, right? That's pretty good. We just watched the new anime movie. I kind of want to watch it, but I feel like I have to wait.
I know. Could you imagine we just watched like the newest one and we're just like, oh.
It looks fun.
Honestly, there is one movie that just basically recaps East Blue Saga. We could probably watch that.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
could do that.
Could do that.
It because it's a movie going through like 4 storylines, though. It definitely like cuts out a ton of stuff.
Oh, that's alright.
But it's cool to see the like animated fights at least.
Oh, it wasn't the One Piece movie. Okay.
That was the One Piece movie. Yeah.
Just a different one. That's fair enough. I'm glad it was good though. Where were we? Oh yeah.
They're heading out to Arlong Park and the fights begin.
Yeah, the fights begin now.
Yeah, also the bros are there too. They're just like stopping the townspeople before like the actual people who can beat up the Arlong pirates show up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, broskays.
Yeah, the broskays. And it turns out like they also tried to fight the Arlong pirates and we're like, yeah, you're no match for them.
Yeah, they're not very good.
Yeah, they kind of suck.
But I do like the whole start of the fight because Luffy kicks in the door and he's like, "You made Nami cry!" and punches Arlong.
Yeah.
I was like, "That's cute." Like, you don't hurt my friends. Don't be mean to my friends or I'll beat you up.
Excuse me? He said no pickles. Where is your manager?
Where's your manager?
Yeah, Arlong is definitely like a more personal and hateable villain than like any of the ones we've seen so far.
Well, yeah, he has like a much deeper connection with Nami than like the other characters.
And also, he's a fucking fish supremacist.
Yeah, a fish supremacist.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
a big racist.
Yeah, I got that lightly spoiled when I was reading the text. I was like, I like looking at the discussions underneath the chapters, which I know it's a risk versus reward type of thing.
Yeah.
But they did say, which I appreciated them saying, like, you learn that like he's a fish supremacist, but he actually has a reason to be sort of like that way because, you know, it's like a cruel world and like he was discriminated on personally, so like he really was just in it like his own enclosure. Not to play on the fish pun thing, but he was in a way where he had to essentially just keep to himself and be like, well, we are the best. Why aren't we the best? He manifested his own like superiority.
I will say the fish man allegory for race definitely is not over. It definitely comes back again and again in One Piece.
Okay.
of like racial tensions. And again, we will see like other wacky races along with it. Like, fish people being like having this feud against humans is something we'll touch out again
Yeah.
on like way later in like chapter like 500 or something.
Oh, okay.
Interessante.
Yeah. But for now, he's definitely,
Yay.
even if fishmen were like being like race stereotyped against, it is also not okay for him to like abuse humans either.
No,
No,
definitely not.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say it's justified. I understand where he's coming from.
Right.
I don't say I accept it.
Right. No, I wasn't saying you were. It's just like
I will
I
defend
think that's
myself
a
in
good
court.
villain though, where you understand them, you still hate their guts, but you kind of like you hate that you understand them though.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that the battle like divides it up like one of the each top subordinates for each of like Luffy's guys, and then Luffy fights Arlong. Like it's that cut and dry.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens with One Piece though. You get used to like the kind of like one-on-one fights.
Yeah. I mean that's fine. I just thought it was funny how cleanly everybody divided themselves.
Yeah.
Into the fights.
Mm-hmm. And like the sword dude fought the sword dude.
Yeah.
And the karate dude fought the karate kicking dude.
Yeah.
And the guy who like had the gross lips like fought the guy with the gross nose. That reminds me, there was one really good line when Zoro like got back to town and he was like, I better find my long nose before he goes to fight that saw nose.
Oh my god. No. But that is really
True
funny.
conviction.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like I enjoyed that Luffy just like comes in guns a-blazing, I guess fists a-blazing. And just like because Momu shows up, he just like gum pinwheels like everyone that isn't the top dudes down. He just bows them down.
Yeah.
Immediately, which I guess levels the playing field very quickly.
Yeah, but the problem is he also like jams his feet into the concrete in order to do that.
He's stuck in the concrete.
What are you gonna do that right now? I ain't moving one bit. Are you even trying? Well, no, but I didn't move. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you dodge that, Luffy?
He tries to pull him out, but accidentally like lets go and it hits someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Like his body just like flings back because it's rubber, and he just like slingshots into someone else.
Yes, it's really
That's
silly.
the look dude, the gross lips, kissing gourami fishman.
Yeah. The fishman, I don't know it.
Yeah.
Fishmains.
Yeah, he's like he's one of those like kissing fish.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I just loved every 5 seconds. What do you mean? Choo!
Choo!
Yeah.
Choo!
It's goofy. I don't know exactly when it happens, but the big conflict is that like Sanji and Zoro are fighting their two respective dudes, and Luffy gets tossed into the water which he can't swim in, but also his feet are in concrete, so he really can't swim.
Yeah, I guess you would say he's sleeping with the fishes.
Yeah, sleeping with the fishes.
Ew.
But I like that they're all like, oh gosh, we have to get Luffy out of this problem of drowning. But the villagers start actually like helping out at that point.
Right.
Which is really cool. Genzo.
At least like the two named villagers that we actually care about.
Yeah, Genzo and Nojiko.
Yeah.
They go and they swim down. Oh, it doesn't work in my thing. I set it to go to last forever and it never does. I'll fix it. Give me a second. Nojiko and Genzo go and swim down to try to help out Luffy, but they can't get him can't lift him, they can't get him out of the concrete. And they realize he's gonna drown. So this actually made me laugh out loud when Nojiko just drags Luffy's neck up to the surface. was like, how are they gonna get out of this? I was like, oh, just he's stretchy, so he can just dragged all the way up.
He just can't use his powers in water.
Yeah.
But apparently other people
can
I don't
use
know.
them.
I don't know.
It was funny.
They kind of like give him like CPR, but with long neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took turns switching over, like just doing chest compressions, like spit that water up right now.
It
Or so,
impressed
oh my god.
me. I was like, how much water? How big are Luffy's lungs? Because that was a lot of water coming out of his
Cartoon physics, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like it was literally cartoon physics in the way like he's just like spurting out water out of his mouth.
Yeah, and it's silly.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
What do you think about the fights? Like Usopp versus kissing Choo dude, and Zoro fights the octopus who's still mad at him that he got tricked. And the manta ray dude versus Sanji. What do you guys think of those fights?
Well, it definitely worked out in terms of it being even for everybody. I liked how one the karate guy was being like, "Oh, let's I'll fight honorably," and he's like, "I know what you mean by fight honorably. I just gotta save this person right now," and then they fight like crazy. So pseudo honor versus no honor. And then we had Octopus guy was trying to one up everybody. He's like, "I don't know what you mean. I can clearly do this. I can fight with 6 swords. I can fight with everything." And then he's like, "Yeah, you just suck.
Yeah.
Suck, my guy." So very, very ad lib, but I know you guys said before that the bounty hunters, like the broskays, weren't useful. Their only useful feature was that they gave Zoro their swords.
Yeah.
And then he could fight.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny.
That was useful.
And
I also do like that Zoro doesn't have just like an unlimited supply of swords. Like his swords broke in the fight with Mihawk, and they kept that continuity. He doesn't just have like endless katanas. He has like 3 swords.
3, and if they break, he has to get new ones.
Yep.
It's good.
Okay, Realm, go on with Usopp.
I know, I just liked Usopp's very guerrilla tactics. He's just like, "Oh my god, no, save me! No, wait, I can save myself! Oh, I died! No, wait, I have a ketchup bomb! Oh, wait, I have this!" It just like, he's just like such a kid. At heart, he's like, "Oh, good thing I prepared this fake death ketchup bomb." And it's just like, dude, you pretty much put like a big thing of ketchup packet in your chest, and you just saved yourself. And then, but he ends up getting it because he ends up having like a stash of liquor in his like little trinket of things, and he lights the guy on fire. He's just like, "I will not let you win. I will not let you. You shall not pass. I will get you."
Yeah, and he just like hits him on the head with a hammer a bunch of times, and like once with a rubber band.
He just keeps going.
There was that one scene where like he pulls out the rubber band and he's like, "Usopp rubber band," and then the guy flinches. He's like, instead of shooting the rubber band, he just like runs away.
He just runs away. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, like, I thought it was gonna hit me.
Oh no!
I liked that Usopp's fight was more comical because like the other, especially Sanji's fight, was more serious because Sanji was trying to like save Luffy at the same time. And he went underwater, and fishmen have an advantage underwater, and yeah.
I think they're definitely also trying to show like Sanji being cool since he was just introduced.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
and like he beats them in the end. Like the guy is like charging him his like 1,000 brick fist, go, and then like Sanji just doesn't let him charge it off and just like beats the ever loving shit out of it.
Yeah, it was goofy.
Literally me in fighting games, me trying to charge up my super move, my Falcon Punch, and everyone punching me out of it.
Oh, yeah, literally, they just, like, roll past you as you're trying to do it, and you escape, and all of a sudden they dink you, and all of a sudden you're, like, 150 damage.
Yeah.
You get blasted. 100% of the time.
Yep.
100% of the time.
Yeah.
Not that that's ever happened to me or anything. God, I would never relish such a thing. Damn. But yes, Sanji actually used his head a little bit, even though he was trying to save Luffy, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, the guy's like, "Oh, you want to fight above? You want it one more time? I shall chivalrously oblige." And he's like, "Psych! You're breathing with your gills. I'm gonna fuck up your gills."
Mhm.
And then he does it. I'm just like, seriously,
Mm-hmm.
please. They did it.
Yeah,
How do you
he
keep
did it.
up?
Get it.
I don't remember any of like Sanji's attacks. He has so many, and they're all named after like meat cuts or
Yeah,
something,
they're like
based on like
Yes.
where he
French
hits you.
He was
French words for
targeting.
cuts of meat.
Yeah.
Yes, he was targeting different body parts. So he's just like thigh, leg, chest,
Yeah,
abs, head.
Uh-huh.
He's
I
just
don't know
getting at
any
it.
French, so I have
Yeah, I
no
don't
memory
know. I
retention
don't
on
know.
that.
I'm glad you know
Yeah.
French because I did not understand. I don't
I
remember his rules.
the dub or whatever I was reading had like translations, but yeah.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah.
I digged it. So, what
Sanji
happened?
does
So,
eventually get Luffy out of the concrete though. His
Right.
kicks.
yes. Oh, um, while that's happening, Hex, do you want to mention the lovely continuity of Zoro scars?
Yeah, so while Sanji has beaten the manta ray dude, he's trying to go down into the water to save Luffy, and Arlong's like getting up to stop him, and Zoro is standing in the way. Zoro is already super beat up from Mihawk and also fighting like a bunch of fishmen before, and also fighting the octopus dude. And Arlong like grabs him, picks him up, and like removes the bandages. And is like, "What the hell are these scars? How are you still alive?" Like, he's just
Mhm.
his entire chest is just like covered in blood. He's got a slash from like shoulder to like right shoulder, no left shoulder down to like his right waist, just like straight diagonal.
Mhm.
Exactly. So they're just
And
like, "Oh my
then I
god."
think Arlong says something like, "I need to kill this man now, otherwise he's actually going to become a problem if he's able to like live through this kind of stuff and still fight. This dude
Yeah.
is like too strong to let
Yeah.
live."
Too strong. That's true though. To him,
But
he can't die.
right before that, Luffy comes back,
Yeah.
and poor Zoro is injured. And Luffy's like, "All right, let's trade places." Stretches out his
Oh my
arms
gosh,
and like
yes.
slingshots Zoro back.
He's like, let's trade places, and he just like throws him,
Zoro says something like, "No, please, no, not like this."
and he just like hits a building, I think,
Oh
and
yeah. I
passes
think we forgot to
out.
mention that like when Luffy arrives, they run into Zoro with a boat also.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that also happens. Zoro just like he's the big meathead of the
Yeah.
group and he gets beat up all the time.
He can handle heading
He can
headfirst into a
handle it, right?
building. He's
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah.
He's there, you know, but like how much of there you don't ask. He just
He's
is.
built for tough.
He's built for tough, yeah.
Yeah.
That feels to drive a Ford F-150.
No.
Had to be. But yeah, I guess they also increase his injury. They're like, obviously you told us before, Toto, that the whole like dramatic exclamation is how they do a lot of their scenes in One Piece. But they were just like, "Oh my god!" Like they were all like their jaw dropped, and he's like, "You know, with these injuries, he should be recovering for like 2 years. They're gonna keep raising it up." I feel like they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, he should be fighting it all. He should blah 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 blah," and he's just like, "I did it. That's what I
I
had to
did.
do."
I'm better in 2 days.
I did it.
I think at a certain point they just kind of stop and they're just like, "Yeah, it's Zoro. He can take it."
He can take it. He's the barbarian, man. He can take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
He's an endless health pool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's a berserker that found shiny things,
yeah.
Yeah.
and he can cut.
So,
Um,
I think Paper Done said it earlier. Like, I like it that that all the villains are like, "Who are these stupid kids?" And then it's hilarious that they underestimate Luffy just like punching the shit out of them.
mhm.
Oh, they're done.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what Luffy does to Arlong. It's more nuanced than just punching him, but
Yeah.
I like that they established that the Sharkman's teeth can grow back, and then Luffy used the teeth as a weapon.
Yeah, he because Arlong produces more sets of shark teeth to hold in his hands as clamping claws.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
Luffy's like, well, I can do that too. I think
could do
the
that
more
too.
important thing is Arlong saying fishmen are better than humans.
Yeah.
And Luffy's saying, we're not that different.
Yeah.
Anything you can do, I can do too. You break concrete, I can break concrete with my fist too.
Yeah.
We're not that different. You're not better than humans. We're all the same.
Yeah.
Indeedly do.
Mm-hmm.
But the fight was actually choreographed this time, which was nice. But
Yeah.
at one point, at the beginning point, it was just a brawl between each other because they're like you said with the whole teeth thing, they're like, oh, you can chomp with your teeth. I can do that too. He puts the teeth in his mouth and he chomps back
Yeah.
on
Yep.
Arlong with his own teeth. So he's just like, no, you. And then afterwards, they start actually fighting because he gets to a point where he gets super aggressive, he's very pissed off.
Mhm.
And then they start battling in the main building of Arlong Park.
Mhm.
Then it swoops to the whole thematic point of Arlong having such an omnipotence over Nami for all these years, being the cartographer, looking at where she was held up, what she had to do, how much she had to suffer for it. And then so they end up in the top part of the park itself, which was just a room full of maps, all of the ones that Nami made over this time,
Yeah.
So Luffy using all 100% of his brain, he's just like, well, I'm mad because you made Nami sad, so I'm gonna break whatever you did to Nami, and so he started breaking the room and tossing out all the maps and stuff like that. He got serious for 0.2 seconds, then it messed stuff up.
Yeah.
Which I thought was
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. He's definitely breaking down the place of oppression for Nami.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that was precious. I guess it was nice to see.
Yeah, very cathartic. Also, breaking Arlong's nose, that looked like it hurt a lot.
Yeah,
And also,
definitely.
it was also super cathartic of the stupid smug nose bitch. We
Yeah.
finally broke that stupid
Broke
nose.
your stupid nose. Yeah.
Yeah.
You so proud of that nose? Screw that. It's going 45 degrees. No, wait, sorry.
Yeah.
It went 90
90
degrees.
degrees.
90 degrees, yeah.
Oops. He's just like, "Meow."
Yeah.
And
it
he
was
was
good.
literally darting around in and out of the water using himself as a little dartboard,
Mhm.
little dart piece.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, you know what? I've had enough of you. He literally breaks his sword with his hands.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets him to attack him. And then he breaks the nose. And then he just breaks the whole goddamn building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Arlong too.
Mm-hmm.
And just slams in through all the floors of the building.
Yeah, I was like, heck yeah. It felt weirdly nostalgic because I've experienced that exact same scene in 2 D&D games I've been in. It's very weird. Just breaking an entire building with your fist.
Do your DMs read One Piece?
No.
No. Yeah, exactly. Where are these in my games? Come on.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I was like, wow, it's happening here too.
Yeah. Just destroy the whole building.
Yeah. But I thought it was cool, and also Luffy being like, I want Nami to be free. It was very cute.
Exactly. I like the creative little bits. At least from the Baratie arc and this arc. I like the creative points that Luffy does with his body. So I mean, in theory it's just really, dude, you're gonna put your 4 fingers together and you said you made a shield, but it worked. You know?
Yeah,
and then he made a net out of his 8 fingers and he stretched the fingers out
Oh
and he
yeah.
caught Arlong.
That was a very cool gum.
Yeah.
I don't know if
for
he
the
ever does it
building,
again, but
he does a giant kick up from the sky and he baits Arlong in and then just I forgot, it was a battering ram or a
it was a
gauntlet
battle
or
axe.
something.
Yeah, battle axe.
Yeah, battle axe.
Mm-hmm.
and then gets him. So I liked it.
Yeah.
Using his head.
Yeah. I like how his power is not like a strong power, he's just like rubber.
Mm-hmm.
But he uses it in creative ways that make up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I also like, I think earlier, like, Arlong was trying to bite him and he kind of just like pulls his head at 90 degrees and pulls it out of the way.
He's like, no.
He's like, whoop, I'm not getting hit with that. I can just stretch my head.
Yeah. Luffy being Robert does add to a lot of the comedy, but it is used in really creative ways, so it's fun to see.
It's like seeing Bugs Bunny fight like Frieza.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it feels like.
Mm-hmm. I would
And he's
agree
just
with
like
that.
stretching all over the place.
That's funny.
Doing like crazy shit.
Oh gosh.
And the other dude is just like super angry and serious. He's just kind of like pulling random shit out of a hat.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, with Arlong's defeat, I know that I think it's right after Nezumi, this Captain Nezumi's trying to get away, but they like get to him. I think it's Nami who's like, you better give it all back, it's all mine. Leave it here right now and never come back. He's like, okay, and
yeah, no, they beat the shit out of him, and Gibbs was like, more.
Yeah, no. And he escapes, but that point is when Nezumi reports that Luffy's very dangerous, and Luffy gets a bounty put on his head. However, I mean, that part is very important, but what's most important to me is the phones that they were using.
Oh,
to do that. They're snails! They're snails!
They got a little slug phone.
They're little snails! And I was like, oh my god, I want that phone!
Oh my goodness, yes, you can actually buy real phones like that.
Really? I thought it was...
Sure, they're called Mushi.
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 It was cool because they could take photos through the phone through the snail's eyes.
Yeah. They're like
amazing.
telepathic little snails.
Yeah, it was great. I love the snails. I know that the bounty is important, but the snails were very important to me.
Oh, and then later on, like, oh, you gotta see the anime because they go blah, 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 blah.
I gotta watch.
And then when they pick up, like, the snails make the same expression as like the people who's talking on the other side.
Really? Oh my god.
And their voice just coming through the snail. And then later on, you get like different snails that just like look like different characters because it's them calling.
Oh my gosh.
That's great.
Want one. And you can buy them.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna buy one.
I'll take your entire stock.
Yeah.
Get a cute one. Some of these don't look that cute.
Some of them aren't that cute, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, you'll love the series because they're consistently used. This is just how phones work in this world.
I was like, what is that giant snail? And it was a phone, and I was so excited. I was so excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also the bounties. So bounties are kind of like the power scaling, kind of like the power level. It's not really power level because sometimes people's bounties will just go up because they did something like infamous, right? It's more like an infamy level rather than a power level.
Okay.
Usually it will be associated with power, but sometimes it'll be like someone they like just crazy underestimate and they just make their bounty like a crazy small number because they don't think they're that important, but actually they are. Or they're like, oh, this person is super dangerous, but actually they just got lucky. And so it's like, it's not as cut and dry as like Dragon Ball Z, where it's like, my power level is stronger than yours. It's over 9,000. That means I can beat you because your power level is only 6,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. It's but it obviously does not directly correlate to how strong they are.
Yeah.
But generally, like, stronger people will have higher bounties. But it depends on when they actually get noticed.
That's true. Yeah, you can't have a bounty if no one notices you.
Yeah, exactly. And like none of the Marines have bounties because obviously, like, they're the government.
Yeah.
They would not put bounties on themselves.
For sure.
Yeah.
Marines,
Yeah, it is
as
very
far as
clever.
I'm concerned, suck. At least the ones I've been seeing.
Yeah.
Except for Kobe. Kobe's a baller.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except for Kobe. Realms of Kobe stan. It's great.
Absolutely. Get me purple hair unite.
Mm-hmm.
So what else? What else happened at the end of that?
They throw a party for defeating the Arlong crew.
Mm-hmm.
They I think Genzo and Nami have like a moment at Belmare's grave.
Mhm.
And I think Genzo is like, you better treat Nami well.
Yeah, or it's Luffy and Ginza. Yeah,
Oh, Luffy. Sorry, I said the name wrong.
yeah. No, Luffy went looking for prosciutto on melon
Oh,
and
yeah.
stopped by the grave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
Luffy's
and he
like,
gets threatened.
yeah. And Luffy did not hear the backstory
Nope.
because he was like, she doesn't have to tell me.
Yep. Hi, Float.
And he's just like, did someone die?
I don't understand what's going on.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It's like, yeah. And he also buries this pinwheel there too.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the end of Arlong Park.
Yeah.
Also, Nami gets a new tattoo.
Oh, yeah, she gets her Arlong tattoo removed, and
Mhm.
it's a new one. But one of you will have to describe it because I just wrote that it has a tangerine and something else. Because I forgot.
It's a tangerine
Yes.
and a pinwheel.
Pinwheel.
Pinwheel for
Okay.
Genzo and a
Imagine
tangerine
it
for
like
Belmare.
like a cursive, like a fancy F with like a little tangerine hanging off of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
remember saying it, but I couldn't remember. I just remember the tangerine, and I was like, is it an S? Is it an F? I don't remember.
They also show a small flashback of like Nojiko getting all her tattoos because she didn't want Nami to feel alone now that she had like an Arlong tattoo.
Yeah. That was nice of her.
Just honestly, my
Exactly.
Nojiko kind of hotter though with all the tattoos. Like,
I mean,
You're not
no!
wrong.
I hope a blue-haired tattoo
Yeah.
doesn't go after me. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no.
It would be the worst.
Blue-haired Oni-chan.
I gotta show you guys a video later.
Oh no.
A video of someone saying, "Raise your hand if you like powerful women," and the guy's like, "You may notice that I raised my hand
Oh.
because I want to. It's because I like them too. I want to be challenged to stay alive. You know." Powerful women. So yes, looking good. So at the end of it, they're about to set sail and stuff. And Nami makes a dramatic run towards the ship while doing it, and also in that time steals the wallets of everyone on the dock, saying bye.
Yep.
So she got her farewell, and said, "Oh, come by, come visit, we'll miss you." And my favorite scene, which I said I teared up at, was at the very end with Ginzo and Nami's sister. That he originally had, like, this entire time has had a pinwheel in his hat. He's had like a brigadier, like, military hat, and had a little pinwheel in it, and for some reason he didn't have it on his hat anymore. So he's like, yeah, I guess I don't need it. And then there's a flashback to when Nami was a kid, and like Belmare just came back, and not like baby Nami was scared of his face, and so he added a pinwheel to his hat. And then she laughed, and so he's kept it on there ever since. But then afterwards, he put the pinwheel and a tangerine on Belmare's grave, and that is how that goes. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's so
It's
good.
so sad.
Oh my god.
But it is so nice.
She doesn't need me to help her smile anymore.
It's so touching.
Oh,
Cry
God.
Papa moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that scene, the scene where Nami asked for help, and the scene where Belmare's like, take me instead of my kids. I can't say that they're not my kids.
Yeah.
All those moments.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. And then they go sailing off to the Grand Line.
Yeah. So, star and slug ratings for Arlong Park.
I think my star rating, I actually feel like I'll give it a 9 because I enjoyed it the second half so much. Even the first half was like sort of fun, but I was like, where are you going for a while? From a slug perspective, a slug objective perspective. I don't know. Maybe it's I feel like it's the most cohesive arc so far, so I'd at least give it an 8. I think. But I could see how. I mean, there still were some like non-cohesive points, so it's not like a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
am exactly with you on those
Yeah.
ratings.
Yeah.
What about you, Ralph? Yeah, no, I agree. No.
I would say star rating. I would give that one an 8. If they weren't playing phone tag, I would have given them a higher number. Slug rating, I would give that a 9.
Yeah.
I would say. I know you've somewhat prepared me for what stories to like really get into if you want to start One Piece. But since we're doing this from the beginning, I would definitely say that, like, you know, if you're like kind of shaking everywhere, just thinking of like, oh my god, where does this go? Where does this connect?
Yeah.
Like you said, with, you know, the writer thinking that he finally wants to make a cohesive arc, like this is the point where he like straightened up and said, all right, I actually have a plan for this. Let's do it.
Right.
So.
Okay, in that case, I think I'll say, like, if slug rating is just objective, then 8. If slug rating is like how much you should read it, then 10. Like, this is, like, you should read this arc if you want to try to get into One Piece.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously, like, the arcs
it.
before, like, help build up to this, because otherwise you wouldn't really know who Nami is or care about her.
Yeah.
But if you don't feel like One Piece is for you after Arlong Park, if you like felt nothing from Arlong Park, then One Piece is probably not the series for you.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah, if you're like still like the art style's not for me, I'm still not feeling the story after Arlong Park, then One Piece is probably not the series for you, and that's okay. Not everyone has to like the same
It's
stuff.
cool. It's fine. There's the door. I mean, like it's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, the emotional beats. Maybe I should bump it up to a 9 for my star rating because it still makes me cry. Even just talking about it, I'm tearing up. I actually teared up like a couple times just talking about it.
Oh gosh, it is really emotional. So yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. There are a lot of like weaker moments here, like the fights with the manta ray dude and the kissy chew dude are pretty forgettable. Yeah. And also, like, Johnny and Yosaku didn't do anything.
They just hung out. They also left. They were like, okay, bye.
Yeah, they were like, peace out.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah, maybe they'll come back later for a cover story or something.
Probably.
Yeah, no, they were, honestly, they didn't win a single fight, I think, this entire time. They were with us. They just kind of were there.
They were helpful a little.
They were helpful, yeah, but they didn't help with any of the fighting other than giving their swords away.
Yeah, they were helpful in the sense that they brought Sanji and Luffy to Arlong Park and they gave Sanji swords.
Zoro. Gave Zoro swords.
Zoro! I keep saying all the names wrong! I'm sorry. I should never translate before having a stream where I have to talk about things a lot. My brain reverts to I can't talk mode.
It's okay. Don't worry, there'll only be more characters.
Yay!
Yeah, at least we haven't been saying Luffy.
Luffy.
That's like the one thing that like pisses off One Piece fans the most is people just repeatedly saying Luffy.
Luffy.
Luffy. Luffy.
I just the highlight stuff I've looked at just have everybody say like Usopp. So in my head I've been saying Usopp.
Yeah. Even he says his name like Usopp sometimes. Like it's like very Japanese.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay. And finally we reach Loguetown, where we're introduced to some new characters and some confrontations.
Is it actually Loguetown? I believe it because everywhere it says it's Loguetown except for the translation I read.
I mean, the literal sign says Loguetown. Okay, it's pronounced really. It's Logtown, as in prologue, as in the end of the prologue. And also, it's like the epilogue of Roger's story because Roger died there.
Yes, I understand now.
Yeah.
Picking up what you're putting down, eh?
Okay.
Yeah.
I
But
get it.
conveniently, it sounds like Rogue Town
Yes.
in English.
Yes.
So how Japanese translation works.
Logue.
Yeah.
I get now why it's Loguetown. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not too much happens in this arc.
No, it's only 5 chapters. I was like, oh, it's a whole arc? Okay.
No.
Oh.
It's kind of like a nice breather before we head to like next bigger stuff.
Yeah. I kind of like it when manga and anime and even video games give you like a little breather bit before you go into more fighting too. So I was happy.
I will say the next arcs after this, you can feel like he was starting to go back to like, oh shoot, now what? I have some ideas, but I'm still like kind of flying by the seat of my pants a little bit here. And it gets a little bit until we get to the like next really big like planned out.
Okay.
There's a couple islands in between where you can kind of feel like he's got some cool ideas, but he definitely did not fully plan out the story. But the cool thing about One Piece is it's so long that you can flash back to these parts and make them better in retrospect by connecting to other parts of the world.
Oh my god, you're
Very convenient.
Yeah, how very convenient. So you can be like, remember that thing, we're going to bring that back, and it wasn't that good of an arc, but we're going to make it better now by giving it more context later. Yeah, we're actively reading the flashback.
We're reading the flashback.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, One Piece has such like a crazy deep lore behind a lot of like the different characters and stories that like honestly, if they didn't have a bunch of flashback scenes, there's like no good way to like incorporate those things otherwise to the story. Like how else would we see like everything that happened with Belmare? You know?
That's true. We wouldn't.
So it's like a weakness and a strength of the series because, like, yes, there's a lot of flashbacks in One Piece, like actual flashbacks, not just like us reading stuff. But on the other hand, like, how else are we supposed to get that info?
It's true. And I think flashbacks can be good. It's all in how you use them. And sometimes I think Oda's been really good with them, especially with Belmare. And sometimes they're 2 pages, like the girl fell down the stairs. So
yeah.
Don't forget about the girl who went down the stairs and the girl who went down the stairs, and it's just like, I get it. The
cool thing about the flashbacks that Oda does, especially when later on he flashes back to earlier arcs, is he redraws the arc. He redraws the art every single time. He never copy pastes the art.
Oh wow!
Because he's like, he's like, I'm not gonna be lazy about it. You're paying me to like give you like 20 new pages of art. I'm gonna redraw everything.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
cool to know. The beginning, I think, of this Loguetown arc it's equal part. I feel like it feels very setting uppy for new things. Like Luffy finds out he has the bounty, and he's like, "Heck yeah, I have a bounty! Yay!
I'm a real pirate!
I'm a real pirate!" Yeah. And then they find Loguetown, and they decide to stop there to stock up. I think. What is that noise? Sorry, there's a really loud noise above my head.
But also, like, you can also tell how corrupt the government is, because, like, literally Luffy has done nothing but, like, beat up evil pirates and, like, free people, and somehow the government is like, we must stop this man.
We must stop him, yeah.
He's evil, somehow.
Yeah, true. But I think that, I don't know. The reveal part is that Mihawk gave the bounty to Shanks. But Shanks is like, good job, he made the list.
Yeah, man.
But also that just Shanks and Mihawk know each other. Like, we saw Shanks at the very beginning, chapter 1, and we know Mihawk is strong.
Yeah.
Well, like Mihawk is like not killing Shanks. He's like respecting him.
Yeah.
So
Dun,
again, like that's kind of like
dun.
power scale, like soft power scaling.
Yeah, soft power. It's true. It is soft power scaling. Like, oh, this guy
Yeah.
must be powerful.
Yeah.
Powerful man.
Well,
Putting
And
into
he
perspective how strongly.
even mentions
Yes.
that like he told Mihawk about Luffy once.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah, so they
So-
clearly know each other. And then I think Shanks says something like, you want to fight? And then Mihawk's like, I'm not going to fight some like one-armed has-been. You lost an arm. I'm not going to fight you anymore. You're not worth it.
you know, worth it. Yeah.
Because obviously they're boyfriends. They love each other.
I
Okay.
was
Well,
like,
soon.
couldn't they be boyfriends? That'd be great.
It's like they say, just imagining the flashback to like they each other say, "Yo, fight me." It's like, "All right, I'll fight you," and then all of a sudden it's a wedding scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of falling into love, they fall into the only thing stronger than love: a shonen rivalry.
Yep.
Oh,
It's true.
Yes,
It's true.
it's teared apart, ripped, and then they're fighting on boats. Boats on boats.
Yeah, boats on boats. Oh gosh.
Okay, yeah, nothing really there's like nothing interesting in Loguetown though. There's like the execution stand where Gold Roger was killed.
Yeah,
That's about it.
That's what Luffy wants to see.
Yeah.
Zoro buys some swords, and there's like the girl that looks like the girl that fell down the stairs.
Yeah.
Did I forget to mention the girl that fell down the stairs?
Yeah, she also trips over herself all the time.
Yeah, her name is Tashigi.
Yeah.
I think that's what I wrote down. Yeah, Tashigi. And she works for the Navy, but she helps him pick out the sword. Sanji goes by a big fish.
Yeah.
Usopp buys stuff.
Yeah, Usopp buys stuff. He makes like a spicy bomb or something, pepper bomb that he immediately sprays in his own eyes, of course.
Nami has her fashion montage.
Yeah, which is just all fan service. But okay, so that quick like fashion montage, those designs are used later for future characters.
Ooh,
So look forward to that. Yeah.
That's cool. Foreshadowing.
Yeah, foreshadowing. Well, I guess it was more like you like those designs.
He just I figured it was that, but also it's foreshadowing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly, this is a one-off thing. I don't have a preference.
Right.
Zoro gets 2 new swords to replace the 2 that Mihawk broke, and he's definitely not going to keep Johnny and Yusaku's swords because they're like not his style of sword.
Yeah.
More like cleavers.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets 2 new swords, and one of them is cursed.
But Zoro's super cool, and he like
yeah,
throws
but
it
Zoro
in the air.
is big man, and he throws the sword into the air.
And
I like how when it drops down, not only does it show like how it goes like, around his arm, but it also just like stabs like all the way into the ground to show how sharp it is.
Yeah, it's a good sword.
Yeah, it's a good sword. He's like, I'll take it.
I'll take it, and you're gonna take your sword. You're gonna take my sword from me because you want to take all the swords away.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool, but not. All right, see you later.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Wado Ichimonji, Kitetsu 3, and what's the last name? What's the other sword he got? I forget. I don't remember the last sword he got from the shopkeeper.
Yubashiri?
Ubashiri.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like a whole like definitely like wiki pages dedicated to like which sword Zoro has owned when.
Oh my gosh. Amazing.
But yeah, no, I do like how it's not like some other shows would just be like, yeah, he uses swords and he just like has endless amounts of swords. Like, no, those are his swords. And if he loses one, or if it gets stolen or broken, like he actually loses the ability to use that sword. Yeah, the swords have lore. Yeah, the swords do have lore, actually, which we learn later.
Yeah.
Like, we get a hint of that here, because Tashigi, like, has, like, a whole encyclopedic knowledge of, like, that's the Kitetsu 3. Yeah. It is in the same family as Kitetsu 2 and 1. Yeah. They're all cursed swords.
And it's, like, the 7, like, master grade swords.
Yeah, there's a bunch of, like, master grade swords.
21 had like I forgot. What
Yeah,
the
and then like
other
Wado
one.
Ichimonji, like the one he got from Kuina is also like a really like good sword and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then the 51 like very fine swords, and I'm like, if did you want to say like 50 really good swords, go
No.
make yourself a really good sword,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know? But yes,
Well, to really get into like the good swords, you gotta go and meet the person who like made them later.
Right.
Or like well, at least like some people who made them later.
That's true.
Um,
But yeah, after that, it's pretty much just that Buggy and Alvita show up as like Luffy standing on the gallows or whatever it is.
and then they like slam him into the gallows and we're like, we're gonna kill you now.
Yeah,
And like,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Oh, the rest of the crew sees it happening. And they're like, should we save him? And Luffy's just like, well, guess I'm dead now. He's just accepted his fate.
yes,
We did talk about it before, but yeah, like Alvita's like she's beautiful now. I guess she was fine before, I suppose. She has a horrible personality still, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
sucks.
Don't body shame people, but
Yeah.
do shame her for like abusing a child. Like,
Yes.
what the fuck?
You're abusing a child?
Yeah, and even though she's like hot now, like physically, she's also just still like a shitty person.
Yeah, so and then Bug I like that Luffy is like, why are you here, Buggy? He's like annoyed by it.
Yeah, and Buggy has like a face makeup, and he's like, "I'm back, bitches," and he turns into a car at one point.
Oh my god, yeah, I was like, what? Buggy can be a car? His name is Buggy, so
That's true.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
but you also have to introduce the like himbo number 2, Smoker.
Oh yeah, Smoker.
I don't know if he was like a lieutenant or
He's a Navy
I
guy.
Yeah, he's a Marine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know they call it's technically under the Navy, but they call them Marines. Yeah, he's a Marine.
A Marine. Okay.
He's like Tashiki's commanding officer. And also he's just so cool that he smokes 2 cigars at once. That's how you know he's cool.
He's cool, but he's a nice guy.
Yeah. He his pants ate someone's ice cream.
His pants ate my pants ate your ice cream. I'm sorry, mister.
His pant ate a kid's ice cream.
Yeah.
No context, and he gave it back.
Yeah, and then he gave her the money back.
Yeah. So he's not that bad as far as a Marine goes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but I think this is where we talk about like the second type of devil fruit, because we've seen Buggy, we've seen Alvita, we've seen Luffy, and they have this is kind of like a lore drop here. It's not really spoilers, but we'll learn this lore anyway. They have what's called paramecia type devil fruits, or sometimes romances as paramithia. It's like those are the ones that give you like superpowers, basically, like changes your body in some sort of way, or gives you some sort of wacky ability.
Okay.
However, Smoker has a Logia type devil fruit, which doesn't just mean his body is like smoke. His body is smoke.
Oh.
So he is literally like the embodiment of the smoke element. Cool. Which is why like people can't actually touch him. Like Luffy tries to like hit him, and he just like, or I think Luffy or Sanji or Zoro or someone tries to hit him.
Yeah.
And just goes like right through him. So like he is like on another class.
Interesting.
And there's one more type that we'll get to later.
Oh, okay. I know they're just running away from him at one point because they're just trying to get back to the ship, which the lion tamer guy is trying to set on fire, but it's storming, so it's not going very well.
It kind of just sucks.
Yeah.
He was also like the first dude to get beat up. Out of the Buggy crew. Like,
yeah, he does.
Man, what are you even doing? You got the stupid ear hair.
Oh yeah, I didn't actually
hair
say it. Luffy gets out of the gallows because of a prophetic lightning bolt just strikes down, and Luffy's totally fine because he's made of rubber, so he doesn't get electrocuted.
Yeah, that's true.
Smoker's like Is he like destined to just not die?
Yeah.
Like, what is he doing?
What
He's
is going
smiled that he's
on?
gonna die,
Mhm.
and all of a sudden he didn't get struck, and he just like, oh hey, cool, I'm good.
I think this is where like a lot of theory crafting can happen because
Yeah.
we still don't know why.
Oh, I see.
Because
Mm.
after Luffy gets caught by Smoker, like they actually do get caught, someone stops Smoker, and it's this mysterious man with
Oh
a
yeah,
face
they
tattoo.
do.
Yeah, named
Yeah, the
Dragon.
mysterious guy that we don't even know. He's
Yeah, we don't even
died.
know. He just came over and was like, "Stop it! Like, actually stop it, though. Let him go."
Yeah, let them go.
He's like,
cannot
yeah,
interfere.
chill,
Yeah.
chill. And then they just stop.
Yep.
Yeah. Who is this
And-
man?
Who is the mysterious man?
Mhm.
I don't know.
Find out next 500 episodes later.
It's thunderstorming here. When you said find out, a big boom happened and I jumped.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then everyone's just like, you know what? I can't wait. It seems like stuff's happening. Like we're going to the Grand Line, and then Buggy and Alvida's like, we're going to Grand Line, and then finally the crew say, okay, I guess we are all finally going to the Grand Line.
Yeah.
And then that is how.
Yeah, and they have like a
That
little
chapter.
ceremony by stepping on a barrel and declaring what their dream is.
Yeah. When we guys meet
Yeah.
up, I'm gonna bring a tiny barrel, and
Yeah.
we're just gonna
Yeah.
initiate something, just like a little kick.
I think in the animated version, it's like a barrel of alcohol, and they all kick it down and bust it open, and then they all drink to it.
Okay.
I think that's what they did.
Ah.
Yeah. But also, I will say this is again not a spoiler. In fact, it's an anti-spoiler. They don't do the cliche of like, oh, and then like Smoker becomes that one recurring bad guy who just keeps chasing them over and over, and you see him every episode, and he's just like, "I'll get you next time, you youngsters." They don't do that. They do not do that.
That's
With
good.
his character, which is good.
Oh, good. Yeah, he's an interesting character though.
Mhm.
I thought anyway. Because he
Yeah.
was like not like all the other Marines we've seen so far. In the
Mhm.
sense that he like at least has some sense of decency and
At
kindness.
least he pays for the kid's ice cream that his pants ate of.
Yeah.
Which I think is also fair. It's like there's no like absolute evil in this world either. Like there's a ton of evil people in the Marines,
Mhm.
but that doesn't mean every single one of them is bad. Because Toshiki is also like, I just want to get all the swords from all the evil people and like put them back in the hands of like righteous people. Which is also kind of I mean, it's a very idealistic way to see the world. Zoro is just kind of like, well, am I a bad guy then? Because I have the swords and I'm a pirate, but I'm using it to fight bad guys.
I don't know.
What you gonna do now? You know?
Yeah, what you can do?
What can you do now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, my morals are being questioned.
They were too stunned to speak.
It's true. Oh, you were downloading One Piece on your Kindle. Woo!
Woo!
Paper Done, part of the manga crew.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
Discuss any theories, discuss any thoughts, desires.
Okay, well, theory crafting get quite crazy. So
right.
no spoilers. No spoilers.
I
We're
can
still
only
on
imagine.
Miss Blue.
At this point in time, I don't really know what's going to happen next because, like, it felt like a really good like end to an arc.
Right. Yeah.
I guess they're gonna go to the Grand Line, so that'll happen, maybe, or maybe they won't. They'll get sidetracked. I don't know.
Yeah. Just kidding. We end up with another like whole thing with the treasure man, the treasure chest guy.
Oh God, please no.
Yeah, we just go hang out with him for like a whole arc.
Yeah, let's just hang out with him for a while. Great. Okay.
Okay. So star and slug ratings for Loguetown.
Oh.
Like honestly, like 3, 2, I don't know, star rating.
Star rating?
Like,
I don't
I didn't
know.
enjoy
It's
it that much. It wasn't that bad, but also nothing really happened.
Yeah, like I think it's necessary to read. It's also like from like an objective like the Slug stars, I think it's probably like a 9 or I don't know, maybe it's not. I feel like it's necessary to read because it feels like it's setting things up.
Really, for the slug rating, I feel like this is like a 1. Like,
Is
you
it
don't
really?
need to read this.
Okay, if
I don't
it's
know.
not setting anything up because you know, then
Well, no, it is setting stuff up. It's more just like this is like if you took a book and you started here and you just like read the epilogue. Like, yes, it's important, but without any of the other context, without any of the other like supporting ideas, it doesn't stand on its own. Like,
that's
this is
true.
like
This
it
is
just does
Like,
not stand on its own at
I
all.
don't know. It's like a 3 maybe for me
Yeah.
for star rating.
I strongly believe that you could have connected the end of Nami's arc. You could have added the panel of them doing the whole ceremony and said, "Let's go to the Grand Line," and then you could have skipped over the Loguetown. Could have just put those two panels
Yeah.
together. It would have been done.
I think just one like cool thing here is just that they meet Smoker and Dragon and Buggy and Alvida,
Yeah,
and also just like see where like the previous Pirate King died.
that's true. It could have been one
Yeah.
chapter.
It could have just been one chapter, yeah. But
You're
just
right.
like seeing at least they get to see where the Pirate King died and be like, okay, this is where our journey kind of like really begins now. We got a crew, we got a boat.
Okay.
We're about to head off to the Grand Line. So like kind of there, but like again, like like no character development really happened or anything. It was
That's
just
true.
like
They were just hanging out.
it's like it's like
I
sightseeing.
guess it is like it may be a 2. I don't know. for slug rating.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure it's setting up stuff too.
Hmm.
But setup arcs are not as good as the actual arcs where they do the stuff.
Yeah, where they actually do things. Yeah.
Yeah, where they actually
Goddamn
do
teaser
things.
trailers.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
How about you, Realm?
I
Are
am
you in the
going
same
to
boat as
give
us?
it- Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna give it both a 1. Just
Mhm.
meaning go to the last page and read that and say that's the one thing you need to know.
Yeah.
You're going to the Grand Line. You're done.
Yeah. Like, oh, Zoro got swords. Sanji got a fish, I guess.
Yep.
Nami got clothes.
Cool.
It's literally like they went. I mean, it's a nice breather arc, but if you're starting here, you don't need a breather because there's nothing to breathe after.
It's true.
It's nice after the emotional highs and lows of Arlong arc
Yeah.
to have a moment where they're just like chilling.
Yeah.
But
It's-
it feels really fillery.
It
feels
is
really
fillery. It's like my least favorite part of like a tabletop game, buying stuff, and that's all they did. So I guess
You're right.
yeah.
You're right. It's literally like they go to the shops in D&D. They're
Mhm.
getting the equipment.
Like okay.
They're getting the food and getting the weapons and
Yeah.
almost getting killed.
Roll persuasion. Do I have to? Can I just buy the things? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
gosh.
like the part of D&D where like no one remembers as like the fun part. It's just like, yeah, we gotta do it.
Like gotta do it. Oh god.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. This could have been one chapter.
It could have been a chapter.
And they could have incorporated like a smoker somewhere else. But I think personally, Oda was just going for a nice 100 to end the
To end
prologue.
for the prologue. That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. Why not?
Nice 100.
He made it to 100 chapters. He can do that.
Mhm. Okay, so I will ask a question here, and then you guys can ask me any questions of anything you want to know about One Piece. But my question is, what kind of like sort of plot or island would you like to see next? Because so far we've had like there's an island of weird animals. There was like a fishman on the island kind of thing. There was a like floating boat that was just a kitchen. What would you like to see?
Let me think for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I will say, like, once they get to the Grand Line, this is kind of where things start going way more surreal and wild. Just,
Real.
it's a town with some pirates on it.
It would be interesting to see or how the crew would react. Of course, I think Nami would figure out immediately that like a town where like everything, it's like a Smallville town. Everything seems totally fine. Like there's no pirates here. There's no pirates in Ba Sing Se. But then finding out that they're all like brainwashed and like they need to be saved type of thing. That'd be interesting. But I don't know. Seeing
Island
village
that's
is like a more
cool.
human like conflicts, I guess, rather than just somebody's being mean to somebody.
Yeah,
And we gotta save them.
Chaos says, I'm gonna
mean.
go out and wish for an island that's a mimic. Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool.
That is interesting.
that would
I
also
will not
be
spoil whether or
interesting.
not anything happens, of course. But
Mhm.
that's a real cool idea. An island that's like trying to eat you.
Gonna eat you, yeah.
Yeah. And it has clones of the entire
Clone
crew.
episode.
Oh.
Dark Luffy.
Yeah. Again, I will not spoil whether or not any of these things happen.
I don't know.
Like a whole like Anakin in the cave kind of situation.
Luffy is the Dark Luffy.
Floofy. The dark Luffy. What about you, Ram? What kind of island would you like to see? I know you've probably like seen some stuff ahead.
Yeah,
how much.
I would just actually like them to stay on. But for some reason, myself, I'm not drawn to the exploring of the different islands. Like, I know they're not doing it to get somewhere specific, so they're just like exploring where they need to, I guess, go along the way. But I would like them to stay on an island for a while.
Mm.
May not be the most thematically like captivating for a lot of people, but I would like to see them just do a longer arc on a singular island.
Well, you're in luck because One Piece is like 1 billion chapters long. So I will say, definitely, we are going to end up with like longer arcs that we're going to have to break down.
They'll stay
more
on
and
an
more.
island for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
Arlong
I
Park
like
is considered like a shorter arc.
Yeah.
I like
Those are
more,
different.
like you said, referring to like tabletops. I love like tactical
Mm.
sort of like occupations more than just like island hopping.
Mm-mm.
So if they actually had like a reason to be there for a while, and then like they actually had to like strategize something for whatever greater purpose, and then it turned out to be like a really good sort of reason, then
Mhm.
I would find that more satisfying.
Yeah. I think one of the strengths of One Piece is because they have this like whole island hopping mechanic. You can mix it up. You can have some short arcs, and you can have some long arcs, and you can have like different flavors. But so far, the only flavors we've gotten are like small village terrorized by pirates. But once we hit the Grand Line, the islands along the Grand Line are, and there's like plot related reasons for this, but they are wackier.
Okay. Yeah, I can do with wackier too. Like they go to a island where everything is edible and they
Yeah, and eat everything. Yeah.
something like that.
Or like an
Okay,
island where like think like Gulliver's Travels, right? Like an
Yeah.
island where the Lilliputians are all very small.
Yes.
An island where like Super Mario World where everything is very big.
Yes. Uh,
Yeah. I mean I can't say what kind of island I would like to see. Maybe like they go to space, that would be
go
cool.
to space.
yes, that would be cool.
How will they
Yeah.
breathe?
I don't know. The devil fruit power that
Okay,
is the
okay.
breathing fruit and lets everyone breathe. I don't know.
There we go. That would work.
You gotta breathe very well, don't you worry.
Yeah.
Actually, my question then, and this can be something you can decide in the end, is how much should we read next time?
Let me take a look at the next arc and where
Yeah.
it starts and ends. Because Because now the next arcs, like this one, like ended at 100. None of the other arcs like end at a nice area like this.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
The Arabasta saga, I think.
Yeah. So next up is like the whole Arabasta saga, which is a lot of people's like, a lot of people love Arabasta.
Okay.
I will say some of the stuff going up to Arabasta is kind of, again, it's like him figuring out what he wants to do with the series.
Okay.
So chapters 101 to 105 is Reverse Mountain. 106 to 114 is Whiskey Peak. Chapter 115 to 129 is Little Garden. And then 130 to 154 is Drum Island. So I think going up to the end of Drum Island would be a good place to stop. So up to 154, so 54 chapters. So it's just slightly over 50.
That's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
No problem there.
Got a few short arcs.
Yeah.
And then one slightly longer arc.
Yeah.
And then Arabasta itself, that would take a whole thing. That's like 155 to
Oh, it's long. Okay.
217. That one's a longer boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready?
All right.
So yeah, you were saying you were looking forward to like longer arcs around Arabasta is
That's where we'll get
the longest arc like so far when we get to it.
Good. I'll savor it. Meaning I'll run right through it.
I realized that they were, I don't know if Oda was truly foreshadowing or if I just thought, oh yeah, they get a doctor at some point. They were like, you should get a doctor for your ship. And then he again was like, we should have a musician instead. So maybe the doctor will show up.
Or maybe they get that musician.
Or maybe they get the musician.
Yeah.
What if they get both?
Choice 3, they get neither and get someone else.
Oh yeah, that's true. It could be someone totally else. Okay, what kind of role would you like to see them fill? Because they were like, we do need a chef because we don't have food, so we got a chef.
Yeah.
We can't navigate, so we got a navigator. Usopp was kind of just there.
He's their sharpshooter.
We need a himbo, so we got Zoro.
Yeah, we need a himbo.
Oh yeah, a doc who yeah, we could get a bard, a doc who heals with music.
Yeah. That would be cool if it was just a doctor.
Get a hunting horn main.
That had like a lyre and just like sang to you.
Yeah.
To heal you.
Yeah, what other roles would you want on this crew?
I'm gonna say engineer.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's good.
Because for one, their ship's messed up.
Because their ship's messed up.
What do you mean their ship's messed up? What do you mean?
Someone that can fix the ship.
They're going through the whole like storm that's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, that's
they mentioned it.
Ship could get messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you meant like you didn't like the face of the ship. I was like, what do you mean? It's a cute little sheep head.
It's cute.
Yeah, it's cute. Oh, they need a living ship. Oh, that's a good idea too.
As a member, that'd be
as a member, the ship comes alive.
Someone that's good at finding treasure.
Oh yeah, someone who's good. Wait, no, it's not just Nami.
I guess it is Nami, but she just steals it when it's like available.
That's
I thought.
Yeah, like a treasure hunter type.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
You're telling her to do better, essentially.
Yeah, do better, Nami. You have to be the cartographer, you have to be the navigator, and you gotta become like Indiana Jones. Or
like a diver, like someone who can actually go underwater, or in one of those like bathysphere suits.
Yeah.
You can actually go underwater because apparently we have a person who very much cannot swim.
Yeah. The captain can't swim, so that's a problem.
Just have someone on the crew whose job is specifically lifeguard to keep Luffy on the boat to keep him
Oh.
What else?
Yeah.
I can't really think of anything else.
I mean, I do think they should get a doctor, but
or like a lookout, in the crow's nest. You gotta have a lookout. Right?
Yeah.
Ooh. A talking parrot. Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someone could use a pet.
Yeah.
Or if they get cannons, they need somebody to man the cannon. Oh.
Yeah, it's true.
I guess that's Usopp, but like not really.
Yeah.
I don't
It
know.
could be like,
Yeah.
a weapons master, like blacksmith.
Yeah, the only time we've used like the cannons, we shot Johnny and Yusaku.
It was not used effectively.
Yeah.
We had the technology. We do not have the technology.
Yes. We have the technology, but not the power
Yeah.
Right.
to use the technology.
Respectful.
That's a good. That's a fun question.
Yeah, or like a person who just like writes down the story. That could be, like a log keeper.
Oh yes, a historian.
Yeah.
That is actually more important than people.
I gotta write your ship's logs, right? Maybe we shall get such crew members in the future.
Yeah, maybe.
Foreshadow.
We're writing our own One Piece.
Yeah. You know, we should definitely write down all of your wish lists.
Yes.
And then you'll see if they get checked off or if you're like, oh man, this prediction was totally wrong.
That's true. I will say, having like played with Japanese children for like several years, I do know that who Chopper is. But like, other than that, I don't know what anybody's roles are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because
I mean,
children,
he's the animal mascot.
children
Obviously, the kids will love him.
Love Chopper, and they really wanted to talk to me about Chopper. Nobody else in One Piece, though, so everything else is like new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're very cute. Couldn't go
Just
anywhere.
until we get to that character and that character. I can't wait to talk about it. Woo!
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even really know who, like, I didn't know Sanji's backstory or anything like that. Like, I knew their roles, but yeah, it's all been new. Except for that Chopper exists.
We need to write a fan fiction. Maybe after the whole thing's done.
Because
Because otherwise we're going to write a fan fiction and then it's just like, wait a second, this is just an actual arc that happened.
Wait, this is
Stop
actually
writing
just
the actual arc where Zoro and Sanji kiss. Stop it. And Sanji realizes that he's been horny for women all this time, but he's been too horny for women because he's actually gay, and he realizes that he's just been overcompensating. And he really just wants a big strong man like Zoro.
Scandalous.
Oh my god.
Scandalous.
I'd read that fanfic though.
Yeah,
he's emulating what he desires.
Yes.
He's emulating what he desires. No.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
assume this
Usopp is
little...
watching, and his nose sticks out from behind the door, behind the corner.
Oh my gosh, and they're like all jelly.
Yeah.
No.
I can only imagine like the same writers who were on like an AO3 page were the same 16-year-olds who were writing these fics when they were growing up. I can only imagine what's in like the upper, like innermost corner of their hard drives that should never be
seen
touched.
Yes.
by people ever.
The forbidden knowledge.
Yeah, literally. I love when people just wait. Oh, I forgot. People do like the forbidden something. They're like, oh, this is the forbidden jelly, or
yeah.
Yes.
Can't say what, and that actually helps no context, but something like that.
Yeah.
The forbidden fanfic.
Yeah, forbidden fanfics. I mean, there's a lot of excuse the pun not intended. There's a lot of ships in One Piece.
Oh sure.
Yeah, not just the boat they're on.
If I do if it's art I see on Twitter, it's usually ship.
Yeah, I think the only one you don't see that often is Usopp. You never really see Usopp ship with anyone.
Yeah.
Because if people are looking for ship art, want pretty anime boys and girls, and Usopp is. I mean, he's beautiful in his own way.
He's not that guy.
I wonder if I can find it. I recently saw art, like gender bent art, I guess, of Usopp, and I was like, wow, Usopp's beautiful.
Gorgeous, darling, gorgeous.
Yeah. So
Usopp gets better.
Yeah. I believe that.
But still, it's not. Even Oda himself has drawn gender bent versions of all the crew.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Eh.
But yeah, definitely like Usopp is not like the typical like by shonen, by shoujo.
But I think
He's
that's
very
fine.
much like the gag type, which is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely like Usopp is that one character design people like look at One Piece and are like, nope.
Nope. But
Because
yeah,
it looks like gag manga, and it is a gag manga, but it's also an adventure and story driven
it looks too
manga.
silly for.
Mhm.
It's okay. Some people have long noses. And make fun of them.
It's with this whole like liar Pinocchio.
Yeah. Yeah, it fits his character.
Mhm. I don't like his lips though. His like, big old lips.
Sometimes
Tell me
you
how
just
really
have big
feel, come on.
lips.
Yeah, he got puppy. What's a? Is it Kim Kardashian lips?
Yeah. Yeah, he
Yeah.
uses the Kim Kardashian lip kit every day. So sometimes you just gotta.
we
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people dismiss it because it looks a lot like Western cartoons in that way.
Oh, I suppose so.
Or it looks less like anime, I guess.
Yeah.
Less anime style. But no, Usopp is a good character.
Mm-hmm.
His whole thing is that he's brave, and it's not that he's brave in the sense that he is not afraid, but he's brave in the sense that he is afraid, but he keeps going anyway.
Yeah. Going.
Yep. And he gets better over time.
I had a weird thought when you get electrocuted. It was also because I was reading it like this very morning, so I was very tired. And after Luffy lives after getting electrocuted, I was like, "Oh, is Luffy a ground fighting Pokemon?" I don't know why I thought that, but yeah, those are early morning
Honestly,
thoughts.
yeah,
From
that's
trips.
true. Luffy could be a ground fighting type.
If it wasn't before, now he is.
Yeah, Zoro is definitely like a fighting dark type.
I don't know why. And then
Steel. He's definitely steel.
Oh
he
yeah,
has sword.
steel totally.
Fighting. Yeah.
I was trying to work it out in my head what everyone was, and I was like, I'm too tired. Never
Usopp
mind.
is a normal type.
Normal type.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What type would Nami be? Dark? Because she's a thief?
Dark, yeah.
Yeah. And Sanji, I guess, is also fighting because of Kiki.
He's probably, fighting normal because, like, all the food Pokemon generally, aren't they? I don't know.
Yeah.
Or no, I guess
true.
there's the ice cream one is ice,
fighting.
but that's because it's ice cream.
It's ice cream, yeah. Oh, no, this fairy type too. Alchemy is fairy, and it's like a milk.
Well, that's
cream.
true. Sanji could be fairy type.
That just goes with our headcanon that he's secretly gay.
Yes.
And he's just in denial and overcompensating.
I don't know why I had that thought though. My brain was just like, oh yeah, that's logical.
Part rock as well. I bet he sinks weakness to water. Well, ground is still weak to water too. That makes sense. That does work.
Convince me Zoro isn't steel. No, he's
definitely
steel.
I can't convince you. He's definitely steel.
Yeah.
He's steel type because of his 3 swords. He's got a triple type. He's the first Pokemon as a triple type.
If Sanji's
are all the same type.
Oh wait, no. I was getting combination. I have nothing to say.
Yes. Another question I have for you guys is what kind of pirate crews, like enemy pirate crews, would you like?
Do you guys see?
Yeah. Because we got clown themed, we got fish people themed, we got like military, like big weapons themed. I guess that's all we've seen so far.
Yeah. I think I'd want to see a crew where they're more of like a reflection of the Straw Hat crew. Not like they're exactly the same, but they're all like individual things. Because I feel like everything we've seen so far is like the leader and the lackeys.
Yeah, like so they have more individuality.
Yeah, more individuality, I guess, is what I'm looking for. I don't really have like an idea of what they look like in my head, but just more individual personality.
What about you, Realm?
I'm thinking, because the first thing I thought of was sort of like a resistance group, but that's essentially like a pirate because of how they're outlaws,
Yeah,
or
that's
they're really just
true.
against the hierarchy of the world,
Mm-hmm.
which the world government and the Marines sort of self-inserted themselves as like the people for that. Um, but I would just love a third party that has equal push that sort of antagonizes both the Marines and the pirates. Sort of like more like a political theater sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can't exactly put my name on it as to who, but I would like to see more parties sort of like mess
Call
things
it
up.
political like machinations.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool
Mm-hmm.
too.
Mhm.
So maybe like, well, you could do like a secret organization.
Oh.
That could be
Oh,
one.
Like
secret
assassin.
spies. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, guild, Assassin's Guild.
either like
Yeah.
an assassin's guild or like ideas based out of like a noble, like literally like a assortment of things based out of like nobles who put it
Mhm.
together, who think that they're gonna be like the rulers of the world.
Oh,
Um, I mean, I think of like France is the first thing, between like first
I
and
was thinking
third
like of
class, and
Game
you
of
do
Thrones. You're saying all these things, and I'm just like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, right.
that is true. All right, fair enough. So
No,
if you're
but
gonna go,
no,
no,
they're good ideas. They're good ideas.
literally like Lannister versus Stark, and then you have like
Mm-hmm.
Targaryen coming out of nowhere. That's like
Yeah.
usurping sort of the power as they go along.
Mhm.
So that's a good connection.
Mm.
Yeah. No, Realm, I have the feeling you're really gonna love Arabasta arc.
Mm.
The Arabasta saga. I feel like you're really gonna like this one. Hopefully,
Exciting.
hopefully.
I think I will as well. I'll probably forget to take notes because I'll be enthralled. I can feel
Yeah.
Boat full of Sentai characters.
Oh yeah, that's true. Sentai characters, and they
That'd
all
be
do the
funny.
poses and everything. Oh
Yeah.
yes.
it.
I would
They
like
all got the
that.
different colors.
I would like that a lot.
Yeah, color coordinated. Oh, and they all have like different powers based on their colors.
Mm-hmm.
Like the green guy turns into the Hulk,
That would make up
and the
for
red
like,
guy turns into fire.
yeah, that would make up for like me wanting them all to be their own individual character. Like if they're all a team, cohesively working together, that would also satisfy me. I think, because I feel like everybody like if the little guys are like losing the battle, they're like, I'm done. I'm not doing anything anymore. Which is fair enough. They don't want to die, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I would like to see. I was trying to think of the name of the team. Was Who was Frieza's henchman? Dragon
The
Ball.
whatchamacallit? The Ginyu Force.
The
Oh
Ginyu Force.
yeah,
I would
Yeah.
like to
the
see a Ginyu
Ginyu
Force.
Oh,
Force.
Ginyu Force.
Or like there was or like in Naruto in a lot of the fillers they would do like there was a squad of people who like call themselves like the big butt brigade. I would love to
Wait,
see
what the what?
yeah, there was like a crowd of people who like yeah, let me try to find them. But I would
Yeah,
love to see
write
like a
down
bunch of group like
all your
that.
wish list stuff.
Yeah,
Write it all down. You'll be like,
sure. I'll take
this
it.
thing, super cool,
It
but it actually happened. Or
happened.
this thing, oh, okay, I was totally off. They never did anything close to that. It was kind of like it, but no.
On an island of snail phones.
An island of snail phones. It's just an island of
Oh.
all snail people who raise the
Yes.
phones as their own. And then
Uh,
they want to free the phones from being enslaved by the people who will take them and turn them into phones, but they just want to be wild and free.
They just want to have telepathic connections with each other,
Yeah.
not
all right,
helping
I
other
found it.
people.
I was mixing up my shonen manga. Um part of Fairy Tale, there was a group called the Jigglebutt Gang. They're like
Okay.
I'm sorry,
a
what?
group of thieves. Yeah, they're like nobodies, but you did see them periodically.
I see, I
So
see.
I would like to I would like to see them in there in One
Just like
Piece.
a gag crew that you
Hmm.
see every once in a while.
Yep,
Mm.
that
Yeah.
like happened to make their way. There actually were a couple more manga that I was reading recently where the people like they started out as like a what's it called, like a bard and a news reporter, and they're like, oh, I can make easy money. Then they see the protagonist, they're like, and then he messes stuff up in the area because he's more like an anti-hero, and they're just like, oh god, I have to get away. And every time they're in a major area, the same person is there, like, oh my god, why can I not escape him? And then they just keep doing that around. So.
Kind of like also like Cabbage Merchant from Avatar, where he's just
Yes.
like trying to do his own thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they keep showing up and just like fuck with him.
It's
Yep.
true. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that would be great too.
Yeah, I mean the characters make themselves funny enough, so we don't like need gag per se. But you know, if you're exploring the world, I would like to see some funny characters just for the sake of being funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but the,
What about new devil fruit powers? What devil fruit powers would you
Oh.
like to see? Because now we know, like, there's not just like chopping your body up, like body horror type devil fruits. There's also just like you turn into an element.
Oh, you can turn to an element. Oh, my first thought for some reason though was to see someone that's really big and have like squishy powers. Like they can't be hurt by anything. Everything they just absorb it all.
Oh.
That's a weird thing to say,
is this
but
because you're a slug that you imagine squishy powers?
maybe. I was imagining like a big like I guess it would in Japan it would be like a mochi or something, like a mochi power. They're like squishy
Oh,
like a
yeah.
mochi. I don't know why.
Yeah, and you can't hurt him because he's just too squishy. He's too mochi.
Yeah, he's too mochi.
Maybe he's like a big sumo wrestler guy.
Yeah.
The slug fruit. Yes.
Slug fruit.
The mochi fruit. The turtle fruit.
Yeah.
And the star fruit around.
Star fruit.
Hmm.
Yeah, what about you, Ram? What kind of devil fruits would you like to see?
Like a power or like a name?
A power, and then we can just
Mhm.
come up with a random name because the names
Alright.
don't really make sense either because it's rubber, but it's not called the rubber fruit. It's like the gummo
Yeah.
gummo.
Mhm.
Shoot, I would like actual like psychic powers. Like
Oh.
the backwards man who was hypnotizing people. That was like cool or whatever, but then he was just pretty much like a hoax. Like he could do it, but
He
like
also
his fatal
sucked
flaw.
at it.
He also sucked at it because he also
Yeah.
got he got his enemy to be as strong as his forces he subjected.
Yeah, and he would like
So
hypnotize himself.
yes, I would like a Magneto type individual.
Mm.
Oh, like
I
a
would call it
magnet to
like the
magnet
psych.
fruit,
Yeah, the
or
magnet
like
or
a
like
telekinesis
psyche.
fruits or something.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Because like I feel like we will see somebody with like I don't know, like fire or air powers, like wind powers. I was trying to like think more unrealistic, or like an actual wish list. When
Go
it
crazy
comes
to
to
your heart's
element,
content.
I like that though. The magnets. How do those
Yeah,
work?
magneto power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he can like maybe it's called magnet, but he can also do it on people, like kind of how like Buggy can chop up his own body, so he can like magnetize you to be repelled or like pulled toward you and stuff.
Yeah,
That could be
yeah. So
cool.
essentially, if you want to do it on people, you could do it like bloodbending from Korra.
Mm,
Oh,
that's
Because
horrifying.
yes,
yes,
it's
absolutely terrifying.
that episode was low key like horrifying, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
it did bring up an interesting point. They went on a level I didn't think they would, enter. But then they also went into the whole spirit realm and everything like that. So it worked out. But I would like to see something like that.
Yeah, and they definitely like showed that one episode of Korra's like, or the one episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender with the Bloodbender every single Halloween on Nickelodeon. Where
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like if they like at least put forethought into it, like if you can imagine the iron within the foundations of a building, you can move a building
Mm-mm.
because they're not living in skyscrapers in this world. They're just stone houses
Mm.
built up in a very like I don't know how to call it.
Yeah, I mean, there's technically iron in humans, so it's not really enough to magnetize, but you can use anime logic to be like, oh, I magnetize you because you have iron in your body.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
if you're able to like manipulate the polarity, bounce it off an object, and like concentrate it in the iron in your body, like you can move somebody
Mm-hmm.
a certain direction or something like that. Like for like Buggy, he can only move certain parts. Like maybe he can only move a top half of a body or control like 2 limbs at a time, something like that.
Hmm.
You know.
Man, your imagination is horrifying, Realm.
It is.
So much body horror. There's no way, right?
I was like,
I like to be thorough. All right.
Yes. Honestly, though, if you think about it, the current powers are also if it wasn't for the goofy style, it would also be body horror, like
Oh,
fucking Buggy
absolutely.
chopping up his own body.
No, I would
And,
like
yeah,
horror
move his
every
parts around.
time.
If it wasn't the goofy art style, it would actually be terrifying.
Yeah, it would be
Exactly.
awful.
So like, yeah, I'm like one of those people that like at 1 a.m. where I should be going to bed, I'm watching like interesting videos on space where they talk about like theoretical ends of the universe, like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, you could have like a black hole power, like a gravity well power,
Gravity well. Oh gosh.
yes, that would be
cosmic horror
quite cool.
power,
Mm-hmm.
or just like a tentacle eldritch monster power.
Ooh, you could do a morphing power.
Oh,
Oh.
Like I forgot his name from My Hero, but the 3rd-year student. I don't know if you guys ever read it, but like
Mirio? Is it Mirio?
Muriel?
yeah,
Yeah,
where
like
he can
go through objects and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant his classmate
Oh,
who can eat
Amatsuki?
whatever. Yeah,
Amatsuki,
and
yeah.
like develop whatever, extra appendage based on what he eats. Like
Yeah.
just morph
Oh.
into whatever.
Oh, that would be cool.
So it would certainly help if he like morphed into like a fish person or any sort of fish and just like went into the sea because it'd be interesting if one of the people on the island could have turned into a fish person. He could
Wait, hold up. You said go into the sea, but remember, they lose their
They
power,
can't
so
go
they
in the
touch the ocean, they can't go in
Yeah.
the sea. So it's not possible to turn into a fish because then you're just well, my power is useless.
Yep.
Talk about that for a hot second.
Yeah,
It's-
you're
yeah.
like, I can turn into a fish, but now I can't breathe on land.
All
I
right.
also cannot swim.
He can fly. They can fly.
Oh, yes, a flying fish. Sure.
No, a flying like bird.
Oh, okay, turn into a bird. That would be
Yeah.
cool. The
I
I
guess
didn't
power
like
of,
water anyway.
any any land animal is fair game.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
considering type of animals that like Arlong brought from the Grand Line, like could turn into something crazy.
Turn into a giant sea cow. Turn
Yeah,
into a momu.
a momu.
Yes, bring in the
Yeah.
birthday parties. You'll it's a sure hit.
Poor momu.
Yeah, probably not the mermaid part of momu, like the fish part, but the other part could work.
Yeah, you could turn him into a cow.
Yeah, turn into a cow.
Hmm?
Like a minotaur, but with spotted cow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of like actually, because that's the kind of thing that One Piece would totally do, is something goofy.
Yeah. Totally.
Mm-hmm.
They would take something crazy, scary, and then make it be like, "Oh, look at this! Look how fun this is!"
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Yeah, like beware the lair of the Minotaur, and it comes out it's Momu.
It's
Yeah.
Momo with like a monocle.
Yes.
Just developed a reading habit.
Yes, quite good, quite good.
Could I go? It's gorgeous.
This human flesh is delicious.
Is
Yeah,
it
yeah,
red?
yeah.
Oh, I've evolved above that.
Yes, I've evolved above violence. I'm like a Hannibal Lecter type villain now.
Do you want a murder mystery for One Piece now?
Yeah.
Oh, a murder mystery.
I love murder
Oh.
mysteries, but I feel like this isn't
Yeah.
quite the the manga for that.
Oh damn!
I mean, maybe it
Darn
is.
shame.
I mean, it's not a murder mystery, I guess, because we know who killed like Gold Roger, but it is a
Yeah.
mystery for like what the heck the One Piece is.
That's true. That is the big mystery.
So I guess I should ask you guys, since we asked last time, I think every time we're going to end with the question of like, what do you guys think the One Piece is? Because I don't have an answer for this.
I don't know. I mean, I still kind of think it. Since you have confirmed that we don't know where the devil fruits come from, I feel like that's one piece where they come from.
Mm.
I don't know though.
Hmm.
I've thought about it a lot, but I don't have a more logical.
Yeah, because I
Thought.
definitely don't think it's gold. I don't think it's money.
Mm-hmm.
That would be too simple. And I don't think it's nothing or the power of friendship because that'd be too lame. For me, I think it's going to be something that helps them fight the oppression in the world.
Oh.
But yeah.
Like it could be
don't have
like
any. There's no clear answers for
it's an
this.
airship.
There's no way. Yeah.
I don't know.
An airship. Ooh.
Airship.
Oh.